All right, man, I can't believe we're here. Now we're on the first movie of Phase 3 of MCU. Wait, did I say that right? Yeah, Phase 3, first movie. 13th
Yes.
movie overall so far. And I don't know if you knew it was 5 years ago. Not today, but it came out in May 6th, 2016.
Well, no, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I guess I think the stuff came up on my Facebook feed saying like Civil War came out 5 years today. Back on the 6th. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
And we're about to do it. Yeah. How about Civil War?
cool.
So did you ever read the comic book series of this one?
I have not.
Oh. So when
Yeah.
I read this, I think my sister told me back in shoot 2006, 7 maybe. I can't remember when she told me, right? About the idea. Oh, you know what? I think it was when The Incredibles came out. The first Incredibles movie back in '04. Cuz Marvel did this. So when I saw The Incredibles do it, right? It's exactly the same thing. Except, this the Pixar version is a lot different. But they basically still did the same thing. You either have to retire or you have to register that you're a superhero. Superhero Registration Act.
Yeah, superhero registration act.
So obviously, when I read the comic books, right, it's all the characters, because it's based on a comic and it's really good. But like on this live action, it still deliver what I was wanting in a way. I mean, like there's no Daredevil in it. Doctor Doom is
Yeah.
not
Well,
in
what were
this.
you wanting? What were you wanting?
Well, I want more characters, kind of like
Oh,
Infinity
okay.
War.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we only get two new characters though.
Yes,
Yes, only two new characters are introduced.
there's still a lot of people. It did feel like this one was a Avengers 2.5 in a way, right? Because it says
Yes, I
Captain
say I
America.
say it is Avengers 2.5. It was
Avengers
more Avengers.
2.5, yeah.
I don't know. At the end, though, it is a Captain America story
Yes, it is.
because I think at the end, that's all we have is Captain America, and
And Iron Man was in it a lot too.
yeah, well, he's almost in the half of the movie,
Yeah, because no, he
which
didn't
I'm
start with
fine
him,
with.
but
I mean, to me, it was my Iron Man number 4.
yes, Iron Man number 4 and Captain America 3 in a
Yeah,
very much way.
and I
Because
mean, it's cool because, like I told you, when the first Iron Man comic book came out, I forgot what the title was, but you'd read half the comic book was Iron Man story, and the other half was when Captain America came back was a Captain America story.
oh really?
Yeah, so the comic books, when you bought the comic books, you weren't just getting an Iron Man comic book. You bought the title, and it had an Iron Man. Half the book was Iron Man, and half the book was almost Captain America.
Wow, that's interesting.
Until they got their own, each got their own titles.
Oh, each of their own series. Wow.
Yeah, but before they got their own titles, I mean, you got Iron Man, then you got the Avengers. Well, I think it was Tales of a Suspense, Tales of
Suspense.
Suspense, and I think, and then when they found Iron Man, and I think it was Avengers number 4, then Tales of Suspense would have you a Captain America story in the same book with Iron Man,
Oh.
which is very interesting.
So way off the bat, I know that now we're all wearing Captain America shirts, right? So
Most
are
of
you
us.
on Team Cap on this side on the movie?
No, I'm Team Iron Man.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. I was afraid that we were both gonna be Team Captain America.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
I love it.
okay, just put it this way: I agree with Captain America in a way,
Okay.
but I'm an Iron Man fan, so I'm just gonna go be Iron Man.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
I guess when we get to the end of the movie, I'll tell you why I'm more of an Iron Man fan.
Okay. Okay. Good.
I mean, I agree with it most of the movie. It's just towards the end. I mean, I'm not a Bucky fan at all.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Like, it is like to me, right? It doesn't matter which like who I like better. I
Yeah,
still
well, it's
agree with
just
Captain America.
yeah. I mean, he has the right thing. I mean, because come on. I agree everything on Captain America's side, but it's got to be Team Iron Man. I'm Iron Man character. But no, if this was really happening in real life and we're superheroes,
Yeah.
no, I'm not registering.
Oh, if you were a superhero,
Yeah, were you? If you were a superhero, would you register? You want to
heck
be?
no.
Exactly. I wouldn't be like Iron Man. Come out, and go, hey everybody, I'm Iron Man.
You know why? Because I feel like it's my freedom to help whoever I want. I choose to, not like
I think
have
so. I mean,
someone tells me to.
I know. I mean, come on, the Spider-Man thing. Oh, if you had the great powers and stuff, but if you have great powers, you don't have to tell everybody.
Yeah, you don't have to tell anybody. It's kind of like Los. We don't know all the billionaires in the world, right? It's one
Yeah.
way of that.
Well,
I,
yeah, I think that in the Marvel, I mean, since the Iron Man came out, he's actually the first, as far as I can remember, the first superhero to actually not have a secret identity
Besides
for the
Fantastic Four
movies.
or in the movie? Okay.
For the movies, yes. We're gonna say in the yeah, I guess you're right. The Fantastic Four didn't have secret identities at
Mm-mm.
all. But yeah, I mean, secret identities makes more sense. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm tired of secret identities." You know, they went through that deal where all the comic book heroes show their face and didn't have secret identities. But I'm like, come on, secret identities make a lot of sense.
Right, because you want to protect those who love, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on, because the easiest way to beat a hero, is always kill somebody
That
that
you care for.
care for.
You know, I know this is not MCU. Like, what is it? The Batman, the Dark Knight Rises talk about that. Remember when he
Yeah,
tells that kid, like, hey, whatever you do, I wear a mask, and the kid is like, I'm not afraid of anybody. The mask is not for you. It's for to protect those you care or love.
yeah, it
Yeah,
makes sense. I mean, come on, everybody in the DC universe pretty much has secret identities. I
except
mean,
for Superman.
no, his secret identity, Clark
His
Kent.
secret identity is called Kent, but everyone's secret identity is a superhero.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, still, I mean, he has an out.
Alter
He has
ego. That's what it
alter
is. Yeah,
ego.
yeah.
Okay, I
Not
mean, come on, he's not Superman 24/7. I mean,
technically he's Superman 24/7.
no, he's technically not, because to me, he's actually more Clark Kent than he is. Superman's a name that was given to him by the humans.
Yeah. Oh, it's Kyla.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
start
right.
off.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a different name. He crashed on Earth. He was raised as Clark Kent
Yeah.
all the way until he started flying and was protecting people. Then he became Superman. So
Yes.
basically, he is the man that
Good point.
the Kents. He is the man that the Kents raised.
That's good. That's a good point.
So he is not Superman 24/7. He's Clark Kent 24/7, and just becomes Superman because everybody wants him to be.
He's technically Kyle all the time. He just didn't know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I mean, there's him, Clark Kent, Kyle, the same people, same guy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's the name he's known more as Clark Kent.
Yeah. No more Clark
He
Kent.
was
Yes.
never called Kal El
No,
by
he's
anybody.
not. That's the strange thing. It's kind of like
Yeah,
me or you. Like our real name is Shane and Lamb, but then they don't call us our whole lives, but we just never knew.
yeah, yeah. Because
So we're living a lie.
I'm sure me and you have some kind of weird alien name we don't know about.
If you're gonna go that far,
Until we
okay.
find some kind of alien crystal and stick it in the ice city, we're not gonna
That's
know
really
anything
great.
about it.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, but in
yeah,
the MCU, Iron Man's the guy who doesn't lets everybody know who he is.
Iron Man's the guy who doesn't
But in
let
a
anybody know
way,
this.
Iron Man has nobody to protect. Well, Pepper Potts now, but I mean, come on, he was kind of arrogant when he declared he was Iron Man.
He
And this is
was.
a part of this story because I mean, even I mean, it's pointed out later in the story, since Iron Man arrived on the scene, the threats to all the super villains have shown up, aliens have shown up.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that was
I mean,
pointed out by Vision in
yeah,
this
pointed out
movie.
by
Yeah.
Vision, and it is true. I mean, in a way, because it's like in the Batman stories. I mean, Batman appears, and all of a sudden he's got all kinds of crazy mass criminals.
Well, so you're saying like, would it be true? Let's just say, it wasn't for Captain America, Red Skull would still be around, but for Iron Man's case, you're saying it's different.
Yeah, I'm saying he's pretty much been out there, and he's like, hey, everybody, come at me.
So this is a big what if thing. If Iron Man doesn't show up, right? If Tony Stark never becomes Tony Stark never becomes Iron Man, Justin Hammer would still come around though.
No, I don't think Justin Hammer would have, because Justin Hammer didn't have as many smarts as
Oh,
Tony.
that's
He
right.
would
So
have
they
made
would still
weapons.
they would still make the weapons.
He would have made weapon systems trying to rival Tony Stark's.
So
He
this is
wouldn't
still
try
a
to make
big
an
what
Iron Man.
if,
Let's put it this way: Justin Hammer would never come up with an Iron Man suit.
or anybody for that matter.
Whiplash would have never shown up.
Yeah, well, no, he wouldn't because they wouldn't have that technology.
Yeah. Well, it existed, but the problem is, why would he want? Why would he need to be like Iron Man?
Yeah, he would still be around, but he won't
He'd
make
be
that
around, but
whiplash. Yeah,
he wouldn't have been a big criminal.
no, he
There
won't
would
be a
have been a lot of
criminal.
people not big criminals. I mean, I'm sure that Thanos probably would have passed the Earth by still looking for the stones.
Stones.
I mean, they just know they're on Earth now because they made such a big show of it.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay.
I mean, come on. Because we know there was already an Ant-Man. Nobody seemed to care, but they kept him secret.
Yeah.
You know, there was a Captain Marvel, but she was only there for a short time and left.
That's right. This is with not same time, but it's happening at the
I mean, we'll find out the Eternals were alive, but they never really show up or show any force.
Yeah, not on Earth.
The Asgardians pretty much disappeared for hundreds of years. They don't show up really. They kind of protect the Earth from anybody, anyways.
Right.
It's kind of so pretty much everybody's been passing Earth by, no big deal. And all of a sudden, all the aliens see, hey, these humans got superpowers. They might be of use to us.
Oh, okay. No, that's a
Especially
good point.
with
I
Tony
like
Stark. I mean, come on. And then Tony Stark and all his bad blood with everybody on Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, there would have been eventually we find out there would have been a Spider-Man.
Yes.
And there would have been, of course, there was Black Widow and all the other guys. But I mean, there would have been I'm sure Nick Fury wouldn't have found all the people to make shit. I mean, make the Avengers.
Or actually, they might not even bring down Hydra.
Yeah, Hydra would have probably just kept on going.
Yeah, without.
But again, Hydra probably would have never showed itself either.
Yeah, you're right. That because what would the point be, right?
Yeah, the Avengers put them in a bad position.
Yes. Oh, that's really good. All right. So first things first. So what do you think about those words from that stupid Winter Soldier book, or the red book with that black star on it?
What did I think about it? It was just a bunch of random words.
It's just a random words, right? I think it's just like so that way no one can easily control the.
Well, I mean, isn't that a lot of things when they do hypnosis? They say a bunch of little things. It's just trigger words.
Just trigger words. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what's it? I mean, I didn't think it was dumb or stupid.
No, I didn't think it was dumb or stupid. It's just random. It just makes sense.
Yeah, it's just random deals.
And the first time, I've seen it used so well, I guess, in a way.
Yeah. Well, the neat thing about the movies was the movie does start off with a murder.
Yes.
1991.
Looks like a murder mystery.
When you saw this, did you already think that was Tony Stark's parents?
Actually, no, I didn't know who it was.
I thought it was Tony Stark's parents.
Oh, really? No, because I
just had this little bit of an idea, but when we see the scene with Tony Stark's parents,
yeah,
then I knew it was.
Okay, so you know why I didn't? Because the movies were so far apart, right? When we watched them, when they were coming out. But now when we're watching it week by week, now it's easier for me to see how closely these were connected together. Because now I see if I was watching the second Avengers, Age of Ultron. Wait, what? Which with the Winter Soldier was the whenever that doctor, right? Soloff.
Yes. Yeah, Solo.
Then I would have known oh my god, someone from Hydra killed him. But I wasn't sure who. It kind of like Captain America in this movie. He knew someone in Hydra killed Howard Stark because Solo was explaining that with him and Black Widow in the thing. But he just didn't know it was Bucky.
But he didn't tell us. He didn't tell us.
No.
Tony.
Yeah, he should have told Tony hey, someone from Hydra killed your parents, but you don't know who.
Yeah, he should have.
So I think if he would have told him then, right, the Accords may have been differently.
Yeah, I think a lot of things would have happened different. But we also could go ahead and just ruin the whole movie right here. If when Zemo has that Russian upside down in the water,
in the water.
If the guy would have just told him what happened on December 16th.
Yeah, December 16, 1981.
We wouldn't even have this movie.
Oh, good.
Because remember, he asked the guy, he goes, if you'll tell me, then I won't have to go through a bigger bloody mess.
That's right. You're right. And then, he also, because at that point, we didn't know what he wanted to do with the Winter Soldiers.
Yeah, we don't know what, and that's the neat thing about this movie. Because the whole movie, I was thinking, he's going to get because I already knew who his name was.
Yeah.
And I already know who he is in the comic books.
Yes.
In the comic books, he's a Hydra agent.
Yes.
But in the MCU, he is not a Hydra agent.
I know that's why it's oh my god, he's gonna control the Winter Soldiers, but then he doesn't. And then his view point of these super people is just that basically he hates them.
Yes, exactly.
It throws everybody off guard because even Captain America and Bucky thought he's gonna get control of these 5 people.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Because when we get to the scene where Captain America and Bucky walk into that big old room, you see all those chambers. I thought, all right, there's gonna be a big old fight. They're gonna come out, and there's bullet holes in there.
Yeah, and then he kills them.
I was like, what? No, what would that? Because right then, you think you know this whole story until you get to that point. And there's bullet holes, and you don't know anything.
No, you don't know anything. Then you wonder, what was his agenda all along? Then, Yeah. And I want to go back to the scene that you were saying, when Zemo went to that Russian general guy, right? he
Yeah.
did tell him that like, hey, if you don't tell me, right, you're just gonna die of nothing but like stupid pride. That's basically what you're
Yeah.
dying of.
Exactly.
And then he still did it.
Yep. That Russian dude died for stupid pride.
Yeah, for stupid pride. He
You know what
told
he
him.
should have done? He shouldn't have opened the door.
Yeah, he shouldn't have opened the door. Yep.
What kind of crap is that?
Well, because he only opened the door because he said he was going to call the cops.
No, he said you can call the cops.
Oh yeah, that's like yeah.
No, he said you can call it. Zemo told him he can call the cops just to make it seem like this guy's shady.
Yeah.
But and he was very shady.
No, both of them are shady if you think about it.
Yeah, they're a little shady. One's a baron though. He's got money. He's okay.
Yeah, but he didn't care though. Like for those, I really like the what is that thing that from the Prestige have? Obsession. Zemo have a huge obsession of getting the Avengers.
Yes. Well, the whole movie is almost about obsession.
Yes.
Because I mean, even the Black Panther's obsession.
Yes, and Avengers.
That's almost one of the best scenes. The best scene is when Zemo's sitting there.
Oh, talking to Black Panther. Yes.
Yeah, and he's about to. He tells us the story of his family. Now we know why.
Now we know Zemo did it. Yep.
When we know why, I mean, he has a good reason.
Yes.
I mean, he has the same good reason that Tony Stark has now.
Yes, I know it's. So I always talk about like I love the Winter Soldier, right? But now watching this again recently, I think Civil War is probably my favorite over the Winter Soldier. I mean, they both are good.
Me, Civil War ranks as one of the highest to me.
Yes, because there's so many build up from the 12 movies prior.
Yeah, and I like it better than all the first two Avenger movies.
That is so weird, right? It's a standalone superhero movie that is better than the whole team.
But it's almost because it is
Yes.
Avengers. But I mean, it has to do with. I mean, they could say, why is it Captain America? I'm like, Captain America's the leader of the Avengers. It has his life. It's all about a little secret he didn't tell Tony he should have.
Yes.
It's all also about him protecting his best friend from crimes that he
committed. So what did you think was okay though? Like, okay, so we know Bucky was definitely controlled by someone else, right? But it's not really.
Yeah.
He wants to do these things.
I think it's everybody's own feelings on things in life.
Yeah, it's okay.
Me personally, I understand it, but I think you should still be held responsible.
Held responsible. You know what? Bucky did that at the end. Like he doesn't want to be out and about. He want to be not controlled. You know, he doesn't trust his own mind.
Yeah, I know, but still, he was never held responsible for any of the murders he did.
No.
I mean, of course, though, you've got to remember in the middle of the movie that people are just going to kill Bucky without even hearing his side of the story.
Yes. So, and I guess in a way, Captain America did a good job trying to protect that.
Captain America did Captain America did the right thing through the entire movie.
He did too, yeah.
He did the best he could. I mean, like I said, I'm an Iron Man fan. He beat the tar out of Iron Man. Yeah. He had to.
Because he was just trying to stop him, actually.
Well, look what Tony would have done.
Yeah, Tony would have killed him.
A murderer too.
Yeah, Tony would have committed murder.
Yeah, he stopped him. He helped everybody. He basically saved everybody.
So it's always the same theme. Captain America will always do the right thing.
Even when he doesn't think he's doing the right thing.
Yep, even though he doesn't like it. When he captures Solar, the first movie. The the first one when that scientist is kind of the cause why Bucky fell off the train, right?
But it has a lot to do with the thing is sometimes the right thing is not always going to seem like the right thing, or it's also
it doesn't seem like the right thing. Yeah,
You know, they kept saying, "Congratulations, Captain America, you're now
a criminal."
Which is funny to me because they're calling them criminals. I'm like, by whose laws?
Yeah, exactly. By whose laws?
Yeah, I didn't see in the movie that the United States made any laws.
Yeah, and they were in Germany, right?
Here's what here's a question I want to ask. Since after I watched this movie and thought about it a little bit, the Black Panther. Do we know who the Black Panther is? Does everybody on Earth know who the Black Panther is?
No, not until he took off his mask when Captain America was getting arrested, right? Like it's when he took. Yeah, no one knew.
I mean, does everybody on Earth know generally? Because Wakanda is all about hidden stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Does everybody on Earth know who the Black Panther is? Do you think?
Not everybody in the world. Oh, they never said that, right? They just.
Yeah, no.
But so that means he had to sign the Accords too.
Well, they brought the Accords, so I'm thinking either he tells everybody who he is, or they're hypocrites.
Oh, they never said that in
because I already know that they keep all their stuff hidden in their country.
Right. There would have been a big violation of the Accords. Just
Exactly,
Wakanda.
because we already saw Tony Stark break the Accords. We know Tony Stark signed the Accords, but he didn't follow the Accords.
So basically, the only people who follow the Accord is Rhodey and Vision.
Yes,
That's it.
and even Vision breaks with the Accord
In this movie, or are you talking about later on?
later on.
Oh,
At the
okay.
end of the movie, basically at the end of this movie, you already realize Vision breaks with this Accord.
Actually, I felt that he broke it when he saved Wanda in the airport fight. Yeah.
I really did too.
Like
Exactly.
they questioned that in the movie when Tony asked him like, "Hey, what the heck happened?" He's like, "I got distracted. Like I thought that was impossible." Yeah, me neither. It was like a
Here's
stupid
the thing.
conversation.
Here's what I'm going to say though. Right here,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like me and always talk about. We always talk about who could do the hammer. Who
Yes.
can do the hammer? Vision can no longer pick up that hammer.
Oh, because he made those decisions right then.
I
Yeah.
think because
Oh.
he has decided.
I was
Well,
gonna.
he's grown,
Yeah, he has
he's
this.
more
Yep.
human.
So I want to talk to you about that. Since you said Vision was brand new, right, in Age of Ultron, that makes sense because you don't
And
know
he
he's
even,
worthy.
in a way, he even says it when he's talking to Wanda
Yeah.
where they're cooking the food.
Yes.
Remember, he goes, "My hippocampus hasn't decided whether it's scared of you or not.
Yeah. So
You know, I haven't developed."
I want to ask you this. So are you saying that all babies can pick up Mjolnir?
I think so.
Oh, that's what I thought
Oh,
so
no,
too.
that would be dumb to say that. You know why that'd be dumb to say that? Because a baby wouldn't be able to handle the powers of Thor.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, whoever lifts the hammer has the power of Thor. A
So
baby
you have to handle first.
You know what's a baby carrying the power of Thor? But I mean, I'm thinking Vision when he started off,
He has
he
good
wasn't
intentions.
biased against anybody.
No, he wasn't biased against
He
anything.
didn't
Yeah.
have any selfishness. He wasn't selfish about anything. So I'd say, and I don't know, maybe he
So
still
you're
could,
saying
but
that-
I think to me, he really turned kind of selfish.
Okay, so we're pointing out that right now that people can lose the ability to pick up Jonathan.
Sure, if you want to call it Jonathan.
I just had to bring back up that poor Rudd joke because he was great in this movie. You know,
Oh, he's good.
every scene with Ant-Man is
especially-
hilarious.
Which is weird though that they would go get him all the way from California and bring him up there.
Well,
But
because
I do love that.
well,
He goes, "Oh, it's Captain America." You notice? I like the next scene where he touches Captain America's chest.
oh, I know he touches his chest is so weird
What
in
the-
in
it's just
front of
weird, man.
everybody. He just touches
know,
like, wow,
and I
this
like
guy. I like
He
you
turns
too.
to
You're great.
everybody. Yeah, he turns to everybody. He goes, "Yeah, I like you. You're great." He looks at Wanda. "Oh, you're great too."
Captain America.
Calls Hawkeye the Arrow Man. Come on,
Yes, Arrow man. Yes, Arrow guy. I'm ready.
I mean, everything is good.
I
You know,
did
I
like
mean,
that
this
because
one-
without Ant-Man, they wouldn't have been even team because it was 6-on-6.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you had to have Ant-Man.
Oh, you know what? No, they had one more because Falcon was there. When they had the 6-on-6 scene when they're running to each other,
Yeah.
was
Well,
Falcon
you
there?
can't count. You actually can't count Black Panther because he's on his own deal.
But Black Panther makes 6 on Iron Man's
Yeah,
team.
but you can't actually count Black Panther since the whole point of Black Panther there, he's going to kill Bucky.
Yeah,
The
he's
other
gonna
Avengers,
build.
they're
Yeah,
just going to take everybody and put
that's
them in
right.
jail.
You're right. Black Panther would have
Another
broken
team's
the
going to
Accords.
escape. Yeah, you had three sides on this.
Yeah.
Black Panther was on his own. He was the third side on his own. He's actually, in a way, the guy that's watching everything unfold. It's also that he grows up at the very, like I said, that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
scene at the end because he sees it consume everybody and then he just stops.
Yeah, he just
"It's
stops.
not gonna-"
Oh, I know. I
Like,
love that
he
scene.
goes- He says, "It's not going to consume me." He right then he grew up.
Yeah, he grew up. It's kind of like
he's
Thor in a way where he grew up.
Yes,
with,
exactly. And now he's worthy to be the king. Of
Yes,
Wakanda.
he's gonna be a king. Oh man, this movie is so good.
This movie's one of the best.
It's one of the best. It's like
It's one of the
and
best.
you can't be like this movie can be right without all the 12 movies prior. You can't just show up
Yeah.
with Civil War without no backstory.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't just jump on this. But it's like the end games too.
Yeah,
End games
yeah.
last year. They're I mean, they were built up to be a great story. And you're
Yes.
right. You can't have the other stories, but it is one of the best.
It is one of the best.
I'd
Yes.
say it's in the top, maybe top 3, top 4.
Yeah, it's probably top 3, top 4. Like, you know what also they happened in this one? It actually the first time it shows Captain America leading the Avengers. Because, Wanda is young.
Yeah.
And,
gotta think, the Avengers, when we start the movie, we have two leaders, just like they did originally. Because remember, when we started the first Avenger, it's Captain America and Iron Man,
hmm
co-leaders. This time it's Black Widow and Captain America
Yes,
co-leaders.
because Tony said he was gonna leave in the end of
Yeah, he
Ultron.
and Hawkeye left.
Yes, because he
Retired.
retired because they had their kid.
Yeah, when he wanted to go hang out with all his family, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't blame him.
No, of course not.
He's
Yeah.
probably realized. Hawkeye probably realized, hey, I'm just a regular guy. This is some crazy crap. Man. I'm going home.
I'm
'Cause I
not
don't
young
have
as
an iron-
Natasha, but you know.
Yeah, so it just leaves the only two regular people. Well, actually, there's still several because you got to think Rhodey.
Rhodey's regular.
Rhodey works for the government.
Yes.
Still, too. So Rhodey's regular. Tony Stark is regular. But I mean, yeah, in the team though, I guess you could say
Falcon is regular too. It just because he have a suit kind of like yeah.
Yep. So yeah, he's got military training.
Yes.
So yeah, there's I'm sure it was weird.
It was weird. Yeah, but it's the first time like is Steve calling out the whole team like in the beginning they're trying to kill capture Crossbone.
Yeah.
And I like that. You know what? I like how Crossbone was already willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, well, he was always going to. He was just going to take. All he wanted to do was take Steve Rogers with him.
Yep.
And it's the thing though. It's how the Accords come apart because Steve loses attention, and of course he almost gets blown up by Crossbones, and Wanda saved him.
Yes.
But here's the problem: is she also saved everybody who was on the ground.
See, that was the thing. Like she saved everybody on the ground. I'm like. If Wanda was as powerful as I read about her in the adults, right, then none of this would have been a problem at all.
Yeah, this would have been a problem at all.
She would just be like, okay, you guys sit here, I'll be right back. And then the whole mission is done.
But she didn't know what's going on yet.
No, because like, you know what, I didn't get until it was when Hawkeye shows up and take Wanda or rescue Wanda from the facilities that Wanda is probably a high school kid. Because he mentioned that like after all this is over, you can go back to high school. I'm like, holy crap! I have no idea how old Wanda was.
Yeah, I don't know either. Her character's supposed to be pretty young.
Yeah, it's very young. That's why Hawkeye said that because he's a father.
They're the youngest team in the deal. And of course, the funny thing is, Hawkeye is not scared of her.
No.
Treats her like basically almost everybody treated her good except for Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He did not treat her good.
No, he treated her like a prisoner.
Yeah, well,
that's like at that point, right? That's when Captain America didn't want to sign the Accords because the way that he's treated her.
Because he was thinking about it until he realized that he locked her up like
a prisoner. He locked her up like a prisoner. Like she's a kid, man.
And then he got mad.
Yeah, I would get mad too. Like if that was my I'm assuming Wanda is maybe 17, the oldest.
No, I was thinking them probably like 20.
Oh, okay.
And things just didn't go.
But it's just really young, yeah. You should not lock up a kid at that age, still confused, lost everybody so far. She's by herself, psychologically, and you think she's dangerous. I think you're pushing her towards the edge now by locking her in a room with a supercomputer.
I'm like, yeah, who wants to lock that person? Yeah, because come on, we saw her put Vision down all the way in the ground.
Yeah.
And if she really wanted to, I mean,
she could probably kill him.
She could make Iron Man suit just quit functioning altogether.
Yeah. It's just she's not at that level yet, and I can't wait to see her achieve that level.
She's not trying to kill anybody either.
No.
She's trying to.
She's trying to do good so far.
Because if she wanted to, she could have just killed Tony Stark.
Dude, she could kill all of them. Like, if there's Civil War part at the airport, she can kill everybody. Like, no more battle, and then everybody dies.
Yeah, she'll just have to work for those, watch for those water trucks that turn out to be fuel trucks.
I love that part. I was like, oh my god, I thought that was a water truck. That part is so funny because Steve gives him a look, right? Like, hey, what we're going to do? And then they just go.
We're talking about Black Panther got introduced, Spider-Man got introduced.
Yes,
too.
So I thought it was really cool. Like that's why they introduced 2 more characters, right? And they did the Avengers mission. They go to Tony. He's sad about. Tony.
Sure
yeah.
We get to see Ross from.
Yes.
And here's the thing.
Was it the first time we've seen him since Incredible Hulk?
It is the first time we've seen him since Incredible Hulk.
Wow.
What was he, Secretary of State?
Yeah, Secretary of State.
Yeah, he's Secretary of State. So he works for, I guess, President Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dangerous job.
Yes.
But this funny thing is, of course, when they're doing the Sokovia Accords, it shows them, they're all the Avengers sitting around the table and they're showing all the bad stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Half that's not even their fault. Like especially the one on the
New York is not their fault.
Well, New York's kind of not their fault. I mean, it was a war basically.
Yeah.
So they say that. I mean, somebody's gonna get hurt, and they kept it there. And of course, it would have been worse if they would have let them nuke them.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, yeah. So you're saying it's not like if that went with the nuke.
That was like a United Nations type government did that. Try to nuke New York. Okay. So next, what was the next problem?
It was the Ultron.
Now that was their fault.
Well, Ultron was Sokovia.
Yeah.
Well, how many incidents did they show? They showed New York, right?
Yeah, they showed the Winter Soldier.
Ah, yes, the Winter Soldier.
Here's what I was thinking. Yeah. Not their fault. There's only 3 of the Avengers were involved in this, and of course, it was a government plot.
Yeah, it was also a government. It's also government internally. So he's trying to say is government is trying to blame somebody, and then what they did is they blame it on the Avengers.
They blamed that on the Avengers. I was like, there's only 3 Avengers involved, and nothing it was all in the United States in Washington D.C., and those were their.
So what you're trying to say is Avengers trying to save save as much as people as they can, and the government's trying to blame the fault on them.
Yes, the governments of the world are blaming the crap on them. And I'm like, well, the only problem they had was Ultron.
Yeah, the only one, because that's actually Iron Man's fault.
Yeah, that was Renner's too.
Well, so 2 of them. So 2 of the smartest people's fault, just like in real life. Exactly. It's always the scientist's fault. Well, one is a scientist. Tony just really smart. He's like an engineer. Yeah.
Exactly. An engineer and a scientist get together, we got a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem. This cannot be. They cannot be in the same room. Nothing.
Yeah, somebody needs to watch who Elon Musk hangs out with.
Yes. So Elon Musk is cool. No scientist in that room at all times. I'm
not gonna say he's cool, but
no, I mean by himself. Like by himself. Like you cannot. There's no team up. Okay.
If he wants to team up with anybody, he's got to team up with like some other billionaire.
So that's cool.
Even Jeff Bezos can hang out. I mean, cool.
Oh yeah, he can, because Jeff Bezos
can't hang out with any scientist.
Like he cannot hang out with any scientist. It's like by then, it's not the sky is the limit. It's the black hole is the limit. We reach that far.
Yeah, we don't need that crap.
All right, so I want to go back to the first time we see Iron Man. He gave all the September Foundation, right? That's what they call it.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that's when he met that lady by the elevator. You know what's really strange?
I want to talk about the September deal first, because it's an MIT deal, and of course it's like a hologram.
Yes,
basically a hologram deal made to make people feel good, because we already seen that Tony Stark is trying to use Bruce Banner as his therapist.
Yes. Oh, that's a good connection.
So instead, he builds this expensive unit to be his therapist. Of course, he points out that nobody would ever fund this thing.
No.
Which, here's the neat thing, because we don't see it, but we'll see this September thing. We'll see this unit again in a Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
And one of the guys who thinks he created or helped create it is sitting there, watch Tony say, hey, he doesn't want to fund it.
Yeah.
Instead, he decides to fund everybody out in the audience, which is another cool moment, because this movie's directed by
the Russo brothers.
Yeah. And of course, somebody from Community, the Dean Pendleton, shows up. Remember the Dean?
Oh, that's him.
The Dean with Tony. He's like, "Hey, Tony,
so much money.
Yeah, do I get some of this money? Because I have an idea for an exploding hot dog.
Yeah,
because there's going to be an explosive charge in the meat shed."
Oh, is that from Community?
Yeah, he's from Community.
Oh,
remember, he's the Dean.
I thought John Oliver was the Dean.
No, John Oliver is just another teacher.
Oh, okay, I got you.
He's just a horrible teacher. He's a scientist too, and he's a scientist nobody should be with.
Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't watched fully Community, but like, I got you.
This is the Dean, and this is from a show that the Russo brothers directed too.
Oh, well, that's where that reference is from.
And he also directed some episodes, so this is where that guy came from.
Oh, okay. He looks like
Moby. Of course, we also realized that Pepper Potts isn't there.
Yes. This is the second time in a row.
Yes. And of course it addresses it. Because, I mean, this movie's about that Tony Stark has pushed everybody away from him.
Yeah. And he got rid of most of the Iron Man suits. He said that. Yeah.
Well, that's because we saw that in Iron Man deal.
Yeah.
In Iron Man. But I'm sure he built a whole... Man, come on. It's Tony Stark. I'm sure he's got like probably 30 more suits already built.
Yep.
Because I don't know what number suit we're at right now. I think it's in, what is it, by the 50s? He's in the 50s by the end of before he dies.
Yeah. Well, not in
is.
this movie, but like probably in the
Yeah,
40s.
eventually. So he's probably in the 30s,
Mhm.
the 30s. Because he was on 24 last time. Yeah, and he destroyed those suits to run Pepper Potts off.
Wait, so I want to say, so those glasses he's using, is that Edith?
I'm thinking it's either
these glasses.
It is those glasses.
Yeah.
And it's the same glasses he gives Peter Parker. The same style. I'm thinking either Edith exists now or it's about to.
It's probably running like protocols, prototype this year.
Yeah, because remember when he goes to Germany or wherever he's at when they go catch Bucky?
Yeah.
He fights Bucky. He's talking through the glasses to Friday.
Yes.
So I'm thinking eventually that's probably right then after this event, probably when what's her name? The satellite goes into space.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Was it Infinity War? They went to space. Yes.
Yes, Infinity War is where it goes to space. Yes. But I mean, this is when, But we remember the glasses come for. Yeah, I mean, eventually it gets what was that called?
Which one?
The glasses.
Edith?
For Spider-Man.
Edith.
Yeah, Edith.
Even death, I'm the hero.
Yeah, it's Edith eventually. But I'm thinking right now he uses glasses to talk to Friday. It's the
yes, he's talking to glasses.
But I'm sure that's where the idea came from. He's like, I'll just make a better system.
Yeah, it's just when I make a better system, it's so convenient.
Because I mean, he makes the system for Peter Parker in the first Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
What's he name her?
In this one.
No, in the first Spider-Man movie. He makes a suit in this movie. He gets a suit, but we also learn the suit has more.
Oh, I forgot what the suit is called.
He names her something. He names the suit something, which is funny. We'll talk about it when we get to
Spider-Man. Yeah, when we get to Spider-Man, yeah.
Because it's a big thing because the voice is somebody well known.
Oh.
And married to somebody on the Avengers team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know that yet, so let's not go to there right now.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I probably can't remember.
Yeah, and we already talked about her in another movie.
Damn it.
That we've already done.
Oh.
She was the one of the female leads in another movie we talked about.
Well, just tell me now. It's
Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, Jennifer Connelly.
A Spider-Man suit, and she is married to Vision, Paul Bettany.
Oh, she is? I had no idea.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay.
So she does the voice for Spider-Man suit, and Paul Bettany.
So Paul Bettany does this voice. Oh my God, these connections are so surreal, man. It's just so uncanny. Like, awesome. Wow.
And of course, Jennifer Connelly, we talked about her.
I do remember that. Yeah, Rocketeer, Jennifer Connelly. Holy crap!
Everybody is going to be in the MCU. If you're an actor, you need a job. MCU's got it.
Yeah, MCU's got the thing. Holy crap! Oh, that's so great.
Eventually, they're going to have so many MCU movies. They're going to run out of actors.
No, I don't think so. They will find. No, it's going to be no. I don't think they're going to run out of actors. No, that's not going to happen. No.
They got a lot of popular ones already.
Yeah, no.
Everybody that you can name is in the MCU now.
All right, so
actors not in the MCU.
So I want to get back after they do the simulation, like when Tony's just trying to leave that place, right? To try to leave MIT. How weird is that lady is already at the elevator that he's leaving away from? I thought it was just a weird placement.
What do you mean? Well, she's waiting for the elevator.
No, she wasn't though. Remember? Because we pressed the button.
We think she's waiting for the elevator. Yeah. We think she's waiting for the elevator.
But she wasn't,
And until we noticed she didn't push the button. She just knew he was going to come in the hallway, and she's been waiting for him the whole time. Of course, he thinks she's going to shoot him in the head.
Yeah, I did too, because like the PTSD thing comes along.
Which, by the way, what's it? Who was that? Alfie Woodrow. I can't even say her name at the moment.
The actress?
Yes. Well, we know she's in Black Panther. No, she's in. What was she in? Luke Cage.
Oh, that's right. Mariah.
Yeah. Well, she's also in Star Trek. First Contact.
Everybody's in Star Trek.
Not everybody.
A lot of people.
Avengers. Almost nobody in the Avengers except for Thor.
Nobody that young. Okay.
So okay.
Whoopi Goldberg was in Star Trek. Lois Lane was in Star Trek.
Lois Lane.
I
know what Lois Lane you're talking about. You're talking about Lois and Clark.
Yes, Lois and Clark. Yes, thank you.
Adventures of Superman.
Yes. I can't remember the actress's name. I
Terry
can't remember.
Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
Yeah, see?
She ran a transporter. I mean, a lot of people run transporters. I mean,
Exactly.
that's your first job in Starfleet.
Huh.
But of course, she pulls out a picture and tells Tony Stark that she blames him for killing her son.
See, that's really bad, right? Like what?
No, he didn't kill him. I mean, technically, he didn't kill him, but he's getting blamed, and you already know how Tony is. I mean, as soon as somebody says something or insinuates that he did something wrong, he's got to make it right.
He make it right, and he overthinks it a lot.
He always tries to make something right, and he almost destroys the world.
That is very true.
He destroyed the Avengers. He tore the Avengers. Because remember, the whole point is this movie, he's always angry at Captain America for ripping the Avengers apart.
Yeah, see, I don't believe that.
That the only person that rips the Avengers apart is Tony.
It's Tony, yeah.
Because you got to remember when we get to the meeting, because you know what's next.
What, after this scene?
Yeah, after the scene, doesn't he show up at the Avengers complex?
Let me see. I have it written down. Well, after the scene was actually they do the Avengers mission, right? No, they watched the news at the Avengers compound or the facility, yeah.
We see the news, and Captain America's trying.
Oh, so it is right, yeah. Vision comes in, and the security
Vision comes in because the door is open, even though he doesn't use the door.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, the door was open. I mean, he's just not seeing it. This is a guy who can lift Thor's hammer. So maybe babies can lift Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, come on, because this guy went to the wall even though the door's open, and he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Put it together. What kind of computer was this?
It's very naive. He's like Sheldon in a way from Big Bang Theory. Hey, the door's open. I thought it was okay.
Yep. But yeah, and of course we see Captain America tries to get everybody.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. I mean, he's taking care of his team. He
is. Yeah, he's trying to take fault.
Yeah.
He's always trying to take fault.
Of course, Wanda didn't do really anything.
No, she was
like,
if you think about it, I would blame Captain America too. Like, hey, you should just pay attention. As soon as someone mentions Bucky, right, you freeze like a little girl.
Yeah, exactly. And he knows it. And the thing is, Wanda wasn't that experienced for her training.
Exactly. Wanda wasn't that experienced. She was trying to do the best.
She did save more people on the ground, I'm thinking, than she did in the building.
Yep.
Just have
not to still saying that that's right, but it is
wrong. But
it's wrong. But
have to be even worse.
Do you want 300 casualties or 10?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
To be some Wakandas in the building, and that wasn't good.
Yep.
But of course, if they say Wakandas, you're gone.
You know, when we say it opens, like, this movie opens so much door for everything else. They mention Wakandans a lot. Then Spider-Man shows up, you know, obviously with Black Panther with the Wakandans.
But I mean, we were kind of getting ready for Spider-Man anyways, because we saw Ant-Man, which talked about Spider-Man.
Yes.
We saw Avengers of Ultron, which talked about Wakanda.
Yeah.
So we already knew Black Panther and
yeah,
Spider-Man this in the MCU now. So now we're getting to see them in this movie.
Yes.
So,
gosh.
Of course, this is when everybody gets together for their little meeting, and of course, they bring, he talks about the Sokovian Accords, and basically, the only two guys really actually want to be on the Sokovian Accords.
Yeah, it was just Tony and
Tony doesn't really want to be on it. He just wants
do what's right.
He just wants to do the paperwork so people shut their mouths and he can go on and do what he wants. I mean, that's basically all his deal is because he even tells Captain America when he signs it, he goes, it's just paperwork, sign it. We'll make some revisions to it later.
Yeah, amendments can be made,
To him, it's like, this is not what we're going to follow. I mean, Captain America goes, if I sign it, I'll follow it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If I sign it, I'll follow it.
Tony Stark's like, sign stuff all the time. I
so when you see it like this, right, it's like Iron Man is Kirk. And Captain America is like, I'm going to follow the rules. He's been following the rules since the 40s, like the World War II.
He always follows the rules.
Yes.
Captain America follows the rules. He doesn't bend them all. He may bend them a little bit, but he follows the rules.
Yeah.
Captain America will sign the rule book, and he throws it out the window because he ain't going to use any of the rules. So
yeah.
He's going to try to break every one of them intentionally anyways.
Oh, yes.
I mean, come on. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense. Here's one problem I do have with it. That him bowing down to the government and signing this deal. Because remember in Iron Man 2, they told him to give him his suits and he told him no.
See, that's the same thing when Rhodey pointed out to Black Widow. That was the same thing. Like, didn't Iron Man do the same thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he did it in Iron Man 2, and then Black Widow did it in Avengers.
Yeah.
Like
What
they
is
both think. So it makes sense that they both like Black Widow agree with Tony.
Black Widow did it in the Winter Soldier.
Oh, did the Winter Soldier? Not
Yeah,
the Winter
remember?
Soldier.
She went down there, and of course we could see on her face that she doesn't really agree with the Accords either.
Yeah.
She just wants it to blow over.
And then because she thought in a way like we can get ahead of the situation if we agree to this now.
She's actually she is thinking exactly like Tony is.
Yeah.
They're both like, we can sign this and we can change it.
You would change it because they came from that world.
And Rhodey goes with it because Rhodey works for
the government. Yeah.
I mean, what's Rhodey gonna do? I mean, he's a military guy already.
Yep.
Not in the full Avenger a superhero mindset.
No, he's always worked with the military, with the government.
Yeah. And of course, Falcon doesn't want to do it because I'm thinking on his own. Why would he want to do it? He's retired. He wants to be a hero. And Captain America don't want to do it. He don't want to do it.
No.
I mean, Wanda doesn't want to do it.
No, of course not, because exactly what happened to her, right?
He wants to make a prisoner of her.
Yeah.
Vision, he goes along with it because of his ideology, because he hasn't quite realized the toll it will take on the team yet.
No, not yet. No, you're right. I didn't think about that for Vision.
He's doing it from what he's seeing, but he doesn't have the emotion to disagree with it yet.
No, it's just very logical.
Yeah, he's just doing the logical thing. I mean, right now, like you said once, he's kind of like Spock or Data or somebody.
Yes, he is.
But eventually, it will go away.
So he's becoming more human, like a Terminator.
He's becoming more human. I mean, yeah, still the way he still kind of goes with Stark, whatever Stark wants, because he was Stark's machine.
Yeah,
I mean, even Ultron kept calling him a slave to Stark. I don't think he's a slave, but he just hasn't found his way yet.
So at that point, Ross, right, made a comment about like the Avengers can be seen as dangerous. Like, who is thinking Avengers can be dangerous? It's the people like that lady, right, Charlie Spencer's mom, that think the Avengers is dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, in their world, because we're the viewers, so of course they're not dangerous to us. But I mean, if they were to come along in our real world, they could be kind of dangerous.
They could be seen as dangerous because we don't know what a person can do at any given point.
Yeah, but ultimately they save a lot of things. But like the Avengers are doing what they want, and on this planet, we already know no government's going to let anybody do what they want.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, we already see how it happens in America with people doing what they want here. Is the government's like, well, you don't really need that big giant machine gun. People are like, well, you're right. I don't.
It's kind of like they trying to control Iron Man. It's the same deal.
Exactly. They're trying to control Iron Man.
Yep.
They're like, well, you shouldn't be more powerful than the government. But I'm like, yeah, you actually should, because everybody's a part of the government anyways. And that's the way our country works. So why can't we be more powerful than our government?
How'd you like that when they're having this, I guess, not so heated discussion, right? But like, this huge conflict that Captain America just get a text that Peggy has died. It just that he has to leave.
Yeah, he has to leave. And he kind of, I can't remember if I knew what it was when I saw. Yeah, I didn't know what the text was. I guess I wasn't really sure what the text was eventually when I saw the movie originally. Yeah, you know now because we saw the movie.
Yeah, we saw the movie, and also like they're so closely connected together.
We're talking about the chords. I want to also point out that when Ross says something, to me it didn't make any sense what Ross says.
What is it?
He goes, and y'all still don't know where Thor and the Hulk are.
Why would they know?
I know, but here's the thing. I'm like, how can the Accords tell Thor, an Asgardian?
Is an Asgardian god, yeah.
What?
He's not part of the Earth, so that doesn't apply to him.
Exactly. If they tell him about the Accords, he's probably like, "Oh, I'll help you," and then he'll laugh at him.
Mm-hmm. He said that in the first Avenger movie, he's like, "You people are so tiny," or something. Remember that when they were arguing? They're like, "What the heck is going on here?"
I mean, come on. What are they going to do to Thor? They're going to tell all the Asgardians what to do. I mean, come on. The Asgardians are like, this is us. We're more powerful than you.
UN is not the world police, okay?
It's not the universal police.
Yeah. I didn't think that would like. You think the Hulk would have signed like?
I don't understand why they want to get the Hulk, because the Hulk was actually Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And he did do all that damage.
He did do all the damage. Oh, that's right, the damage. Yeah.
But I'm like, Thor. I mean, come on. What are you gonna do? Arrest him?
It's kind of like if Loki comes back on Earth and these Accords, like they're gonna have to make him sign it.
Yeah.
Like isn't he a criminal already?
They'll be like, Loki, Thor, I need your brother to sign this.
Yeah, it's like what? Like I didn't get the Thor reference either. Like And they even
Yeah.
talk about that, like even when Iron Man asked Black Widow, like, well, we could use a Hulk about now. And I'm like, whose side do you think he would be on? Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously? I thought you were smart, Tony. What happened? When he said that, I thought he was so stupid.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was
Oh,
funny.
it's funny, but like at the same, maybe that's why he said it. He's
I
like,
don't
no
know.
way he will be on your side.
Maybe Tony thought that Bruce would still be on his side.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's a good point.
he's not talking about Hulk. He's thinking
You know
about
what?
Bruce.
And I think about it, Bruce will probably be on his side.
He wouldn't. He would probably go to Tony's side, but
Yeah.
he'd know it's wrong.
Yeah, you know it's wrong. Yep.
He'd probably
Because
just
you know he
back
can't
him.
control the big guy.
Yeah,
That's it.
well, in a way, because we kind of see that Tony kind of has a little bit of sway over Bruce Banner. When he's
So,
Bruce, he's kind of push. I mean, you can push him any way you want. You know.
so I'm glad you
When
you brought that up. Okay. So in the comic books, he did the same thing to Peter Parker
oh
because Peter didn't want to unmask himself because he had so much to lose, right?
yeah
And when he did it, of course, he lost everything. As soon as he announced it was like, I'm Peter Parker. I've been Spider-Man since I was like 16, right? He got fired immediately. Kingpin put a hit on his aunt. Everything went south for Peter Parker.
yeah. So
And you
then
know
that
what's really
makes
crazy? So that first night, right, when Spider-Man joined on Iron Man's team in the comic books, they so they had a plan to make a prison to house the superheroes, right? And you
yeah
know who those plans came from? From Reed Richards. Reed Richards figured out a way to make a prison, and I forgot it wasn't in the middle of I forgot where they put it on, right? But he had the plans to create this prison. Anyone they arrest that didn't sign the Superhero Registration Act, they're gonna imprison them. So in a way, Iron Man was like the captain of this superhero police squad, okay? And at that night, he gave Peter Parker a new Spider-Man suit, kind of like in the movie here. It's called the
yeah
Iron Spider. And the first night after Spider-Man was already kind of on the edge of like, man, I don't know if I can trust this Tony Stark guy, okay? I had never been around him that much, but he's giving me this vibe that I can't even trust him. The night they go out, right? Iron Man, this is what he tells Peter, hey, I know the Captain America and his team are moving underground, right? So it would be really great if your spider sense can pick them up. And then Peter was like, oh, that's strange. I have never told anybody about my spider sense except for Aunt May and Mary Jane. How the hell did this guy know about this? So he was very careful. And then at the same night, right, which they show in this movie here, Captain America fights Spider-Man. And
yeah
Spider-Man was afraid of that battle, right? He was like, And he's thinking to himself, I heard that this guy is very strong. So I don't know what's going to happen here, right? But they were fighting in an alleyway. In a way to show that Spider-Man has the advantage. But
yeah
like Captain America, like that fight was great. It was short, right? But it's kind of like telling like Captain America doesn't want to have this battle, so it makes Spider-Man think about this even more. They kind of show that here in the airport when they have a conversation between Captain America and Spider-Man. That was
yeah
like,
well,
oh,
you gotta
this is
think
exactly what I wanted.
yeah well you gotta think Spider-Man's just doing what Tony Stark tells him to.
Yes,
But
exactly. In the
he's
comic
young,
books and in this movie.
but I mean Peter Parker's young, so he's gonna like Captain America. I mean, who
Yeah.
doesn't? Everybody likes Captain America. In the MC, even in the MCU, Captain America's the biggest hero.
Yes. Oh, I agree. Obviously.
So, I mean, so yeah, but yeah, he kind of pushes. But here's like the also neat thing is Spider-Man doesn't tell his identity, so Tony's already breaking the accords with a member of his team.
Well, so that's okay. So I want to bring about that Wanda and Peter Parker. Would that apply differently to kids? Because in real life, right? Like right now, if a kid commit a crime, they conceal their identity to protect the
Well, I
family.
think if you have superhero powers, no matter what, I'm sure they're gonna want to know who you are.
Kind of like the
'Cause
X-Men.
in a way, they're setting this up because you got to think they don't. Okay, Marvel doesn't own right at this time in the movie. They don't own the word mutant yet.
No.
But in MCU, superhuman people are considered a threat
Right.
to us from the real world. We're like, oh, this is awesome. But in their world, they got to make it where superhuman people are a threat. That is part of the story plot in all the Marvel comic books. But they can't use Marvels. So eventually, they use the Inhumans, and this shows in Agents of Shield too.
Oh, okay.
They're people that have an extra gene. If they're exposed to something, they get these superpowers, and they're actually instead of being mutants, they're called Inhumans now.
Oh,
So
okay.
eventually, this story is setting up because the Inhumans were supposed to take the place of the X Men. It kind of it didn't do that good and kind of fizzled. But now Marvel owns it, 20th Century Fox, so
Yes.
the X Men will come along, and they need to finally get to the point where they're a danger. Just people with superhero powers are a
Are
danger to
dangerous. Yeah, I
society.
agree.
And the Avengers is actually a group of people that's overseen by somebody that's pretty strong, like Captain America. So the Avengers eventually won't be such a bad guy to the public, but mutants will be
Yeah.
like the deal. Because I mean, we've seen the X Men movies already. We already seen the whole point of the story is nobody likes mutants.
Nobody like music. You know what? That actually happens in the comic books too. Like the X-Men, they had to claim themselves neutrals because they dealt with that same thing already in the
Yes,
comic books. Yeah. So I
yeah,
was like, okay, it's
that's
okay they didn't have it in the movie.
yeah. In the comic books, there has been when the Avengers have gone after the X Men because
Yeah.
the Avengers think they're the police and can tell the X Men what to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so in a way, this is already going that direction.
Oh, it is. I was just about to say that it's going that direction
Yeah,
beyond face, like what we're gonna come on for
I
right
mean,
now.
the lucky thing about Marvel is it already has groundwork done because it wrote a bunch of comic books, so it already knows what stories and what's can it be in its future.
Yeah, it's just the
So
good ones.
see,
Yeah.
it's like it's basically Marvel or Kevin Feige. He's sitting there. He is like Doctor Strange. He's got the cosmic stone of time, and he gets to look through. He gets to see all the alternate realities written through all the comic books. What stories working
Yeah.
and make it so. I mean, they already got an idea of where they're going.
So American cinema is still going on a way where like we're just gonna take stories from comic books.
Yeah, and just rewrite them a little
Yes, we
bit.
write them a little bit, but Disney is doing a really great job because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like this movie. I like the book better because you know. But
Yeah,
then
a lot of people
these,
say that.
I love these. It's like, oh, it's exactly how like not how I would imagine it, right? But like it's even better than how I would imagine it. This
But
is
it's
what I'm
also
getting
the
right
funny
now.
thing is it's like a lot of people can argue. I've heard people go, I'd say something about the Marvel movies. I'm like, oh, they're great. And then you go, oh yeah, I read comic books too. They're not as good as comic books. I'm like, which ones?
Yeah, which
Because I
ones?
mean,
Because I
which
read a
ones?
lot
Because
of
I don't know if you
'60s
know this, but
Spider-Man. They kind of all suck.
yeah, well, I'm like, which ones? Because well, you got to think though. Spider-Man went from the '60s to like
The
to the '90s.
'90s.
They rebooted it. They
Yeah,
ran through a story, rebooted it. Same thing with Iron Man. Went from the '60s to the '90s, rebooted it. They're not the same. None of the stories are the same.
yeah.
So I'm like, which set of stories are you
Yeah,
referring to?
I want to ask the same thing. Which ones are you referring to? Like
Yeah,
exactly 1972? I read that Spider-Man. That sucks too.
exactly. Because like the Marvel universe has been rebooted in the comic books several times.
Yeah,
So
just
I'm
exactly
like,
what we're
so
doing with
which
cinema now.
books are you referring to are better?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I mean, the movies is just as good. It's just another story, and it fixes one problem that the comic books never fixed that annoyed the crap out of me.
What?
Nobody ever ages in the comic
Oh
books
yes. Nobody ever
except for
ages in comic books.
only Peter Parker. He
Yeah,
grew
only
up,
Peter Parker.
got
Yeah.
married, boom, and somebody other characters got married, but they never aged.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Tony Stark. He got injured in the Vietnam War in the comic books, and we're still reading about him now. I'm like, okay, he would be like really really old.
Yeah. You know what? I did. You talk about that before the aging thing. I do like that too.
I
Like
do. I want it. I want them to age.
I
I want
do
the
like that.
characters.
Like, well, I know that it's kind of like no, you don't watch basketball, right? When they talk about this is really funny. So it's going off topic, but it's kind of like the age thing. Some people ask Michael Jordan, right? Hey, who do you think would be like who do you think would win like between your '90s Bulls or like LeBron's Lakers? So this is what Michael Jordan said. Well, we would win by only 2 or 3 points. And the reporter asked him, why only 2 to 3? Well, because most of us are almost 60 now. It's kind of like the same way saying like, oh, I can't watch Jordan versus LeBron. Yeah, of course not, because Jordan ages and LeBron is new. You'll never see that. So I
Yeah,
accept that like whoever the new heroes are, right? Like, oh, I like it in the comic books when so and so what will U.S. agent get to work with Captain America, Steve Rogers. Yeah, but this timeline is different because people age and they go.
yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
the only way the reason why they did that in the comic is because like they just want to get more viewers, so that way you will read the other person's
Well,
line,
yeah. I mean,
comics.
well, you're right. You can't make it work in a comic book because people will
Yeah,
be like, yeah, I'm gonna read something else now.
yeah,
But in the movies, it'll work because you can only make so many movies a year.
yes.
And
And it takes a
plus,
long time to make them
well, it's
too.
also the thing is, I can't say the movies. I mean, the movies are better in a way because a lot of titles that weren't very good selling, are very good movies.
Yes.
I mean, Captain America's been canceled several times. Not a very good selling series, but man, the
The
movie.
movies are great. All three of them I love.
I mean, even countries that are communist.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America movies are breaking box office records in communist countries. I'm like, I don't know if you know this or not, but
That's why it hit $1
like
billion.
Ant-Man never could have his own title,
No,
but everybody loves. Lots of people love Ant-Man.
I do. I love Ant-Man.
I
Like,
mean, come on, like I mean, they've elevated a lot of characters. The Falcon, they've re-upped him. He's very relevant now.
yes.
He's not a cliche anymore. You know, I mean, a lot of characters have become more powerful. I mean, Black Widow has never been that great a character. I mean, she's interesting, but they've made her like a
You're
real
right.
person.
I want to punch it like that. You're right because, like, there's a lot of comic books that's great stories, right? But a lot of people don't read them. Like, the people who watch MCU, right, we tell like, oh, I read the House of M, it's fantastic. Yeah, I didn't read all the House of M, right? I read the synopsis, I watched some YouTube videos, I only read certain issues, right? But you're right, it is great. But for someone like my wife, right, she's never gonna read the House of M, and they brought it out on WandaVision, and she loves that. It's basically the same storyline tell in TV series. Oh, you're muted. Your mic went off for some reason.
Well, this
Oh, here we
there's
go.
just a lot of people not gonna read the comic books. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then she's not the only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people watch WandaVision. But then I'm not like that 90% who watch WandaVision would never read House of M. And I would
Well,
like to say that like, well, this story should be like everybody should either read it or seen it in some way.
yeah. Well, I mean, the movies, the best Avengers movies have you can only show one a year, or well, you can only make so many movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Comic books, you got to put a comic book out once
Every
a month.
month.
So a lot of the stories just are not relevant stories.
No, they're not, yeah.
I mean, hopefully Marvel will never, because we're seeing more and more Marvel stuff coming out. Hopefully they don't get to where there's too much, because if you get too much, then it's gonna start to suck.
That's what people say about Star Wars right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can only show too much. You can only show so much.
So much, yeah. You can't show every
I mean,
single
'cause,
detail.
I mean, like I said, I read comic books. I mean, there was a lot of months where the story just was either drawn out or sucked.
Yeah.
It was like, so they couldn't get an artist or a writer for this issue, so they just let some kid.
They have some filler, yeah.
Yeah, they just had somebody come in and fill in and write some.
Very lame, but it'll work.
Yeah,
Kind of
especially
deal.
like Wolverine. Man, I was into Wolverine. Wolverine, you get all these good stories. Man, it was getting good. It's getting good, and then you get to like issue. I forgot what it was. There's this one issue you get to. He's on a boat in a ship sailing somewhere, and he fights this some kind of underwater thing. And it was like, what? There was this good story about him recovering all his past memories and stuff. He's like, because every episode, I mean, even had like Jean Grey make an appearance. I was like, yeah. And the Mysterio, I mean, all kinds of people making all this. And then he's like on a boat, on a cruise. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What happened to him rediscovering all his. I mean,
Hey,
there was
Jack
not even-
Kirby was on vacation, okay? So
Exactly. Exactly. I was like, Sabretooth has been almost in every issue, and he was a different person. Like we were almost like, is Sabretooth's dad? Is it his friend? Is it his partner? And
is it brother? What the heck's
then-
going? Yeah, I
It
know.
was like he's on a cruise ship, and there's no Sabretooth now. Wait, what?
And then someone at that time, right, on that issue, someone okayed that idea to have it printed.
And you know what?
That was the
story-
best one they have that month.
Here's the sad thing: the story must have been so bad because the artist even changed on that issue.
Oh, he's
It
like,
was-
dude, I'm
it
not
was
drawing this.
crappy artwork. I was like, oh, this is horrible. This is horrible.
You're right. Like, I just want to make sure that everyone appreciate these movies, and I do very much. I do. I love Disney since even before I went to movie school. You know,
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's Disney.
it's Disney.
try.
They're
They
not gonna
try.
fail.
I mean, they do have some issues where they're thinking, oh, I don't want to make this. I don't want to put the Disney name on this movie because it's got too many cuss words and stuff. It may offend somebody. But
Yeah. No,
hey,
it works out
once
really
they get
well.
over that- Once they get over that, everything will be all right.
Yep. Well, let's get back to it. So this is the first time we find out Sharon is Peggy's niece.
Yeah. You know what the sad thing is, though? I saw Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now it's hard to watch Sharon.
What do you mean?
Well, because now I know that she's not such a good person.
I don't know. That's the thing, right? Everybody like remember, like, kind of it's like this movie. They make you think Zemo is going to take control of the Winter Soldiers, right? And then he just kills them all.
Yeah.
They build that anticipation, right, to make the viewer think one way, and then like, oh, it's not exactly where you are at all. And they did the explanation really quick too. So we don't know.
Yeah, well, we don't know, but I don't know.
We'll see when it gets there. Okay, we'll find out
see.
in the next 2
I mean,
years maybe.
I'm sure she's got a sob story too, why she's kind of not all that awesome anymore. But
Yeah. Well, because she didn't. She was on Team Captain America.
But yeah, originally she was awesome. She was awesome.
Well, it's too early to say that. I don't know.
But yeah,
you're
right.
She's still very cute. Okay. She could be my what did they call her? What was that name? In Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Dang it! What the heck?
Traitor?
No, not traitor. Whatever they gave her the name, the call, like she's
Agent 13.
Not Agent 13. The name in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the bad guy's name. That was working with
Oh, Power Broker.
Power Broker. She could be my Power Broker. You know what I mean? Now that Joe lost all meaning, now it took me so damn long to remember this. She can be my Power Broker. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't know Power Broker is what your regions were. Come on, that's a comic super benefit.
Yeah, I know. But you know, she might not be Power Broker. Kind of like the Mandarin.
She may not be the Power Broker, but she works for the Power Broker. She's not the Power Broker.
Yeah. Maybe that was the way she was trying to be. You know what? Just my theory is maybe she's undercover trying to get back into whatever she was before Shield broke apart. Okay.
The FBI.
Yeah. Agent 13.
Yeah. Well, she's not Agent 13 anymore because she doesn't work for Shield.
Yep.
She just works for the FBI, and they don't got cool names like that.
Oh yeah. No. So the first time you saw Bucky in the news thing, did you think that was a fake footage anyway in the news? Because we kind of know where Bucky was, right? Because they showed you.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't sure. I don't remember. I mean, I kind of did think Bucky was still the bad guy.
Mm.
But even though it didn't make sense to me, I was like, he could have.
He could have, but then at that point, since he left from the Winter Soldier, no one was really controlling him.
Yeah, nobody was controlling him.
So he didn't really have an agenda. He didn't know where to go.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know that. I wasn't really sure.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure because I didn't know much about Zemo at this movie.
Knew that we knew Zemo was already the bad guy. So.
But we didn't know what he was up to though.
Yeah, we didn't really know what he's up to yet. So
I thought maybe Zemo was working with the Winter Soldier in some way. That's why he was trying to eliminate the other peoples of Hydra so he could completely control him.
But I mean, we already knew we're already introduced to the book, so we know Zemo has the book to control Winter Soldier. Yeah,
that's the thing. He has the book.
So yeah, I was just sitting in the theater and thinking, let's watch.
Yes.
Let's see what happened. And of course, yeah, we get Bucky, and then they're like, "Oh, this Bucky's doing this." So Captain America's like, "I gotta go find Bucky," and then of course, his girlfriend, Miss Carter,
his girlfriend helps him out.
Yeah, his girlfriend helps him out.
Get a head start, to get to Bucky.
Well, basically, they were going to kill him anyways.
Yeah, they were going to kill him anyway, yeah.
They were just going to kill him straight up. But the thing is, we also forgot to point out, we also saw what was that? There was a meeting for the Sylvian Accords or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Remember, and that's when we see King T'Chaka.
Yeah, King T'Chaka. Right?
Yeah, and he gets killed. Of course, that's when we introduced Black Panther. And Black Panther's mad now because his dad was killed. So
he was already T'Challa is already Black Panther at that point. He's just not the king.
No.
Okay.
No, he's not. The old man is Black Panther.
So he still dies. I thought he has powers.
No, he don't. They don't really have powers. They drink that whatever liquid they make all that stuff
from that plant. Yeah.
No, they're eating and drinking vibranium. They're basically like some kind of substance, and they're putting it in their bodies and stuff, and it's making them more powerful. But so he gets killed. King T'Chaka, though, he is the one. He is actually the Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
His son is not a Black Panther yet.
No.
I mean, apparently the suit fits them all, or maybe King T'Chaka hasn't been the Black Panther for a while, but he is Black Panther too in their world.
Yeah.
So in their deal, he's the king and Black Panther. Whoever's king is Black Panther.
Yes.
You can't be not the king and be Black Panther.
Yeah, I thought it was like, how is he so easily killed because he's older, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting blown up pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, this guy thrown up is
I'm
crazy.
sure it killed some other people. I mean, what's his name? I mean, the new Black Panther, he was in the air already, so the blast just kind of moved him.
Yeah, he was already moving. Yeah, that's why because he tried to
So,
save his dad.
so yeah, his dad was standing with his back. Probably something got him in the head. Who knows? I mean, but he had to get killed, or the story just wouldn't move.
So that way it would carry. Yeah, so much people
Yeah,
with vengeance.
I
Yeah,
mean, he had to get. He's got to be this revenge character. I mean, he's got to be the character that we go, oh. So yeah, so of course he wants to go kill Bucky now.
yep.
He thinks if Bucky did it, he's got to go kill Bucky. Of course, Black Widow's like, hey, you need to stay out of this, you know. And of course, Black Widow's telling
Captain
Steve,
America the same thing. Yep.
hey, yeah, I see your disguise. It's the same disguise you used in the last movie.
Because he's from the 40s. That's the only disguise they have, okay? There's
Yeah, that's
nothing
all the
like
disguise he knows.
fake mustache. He's just a baseball cap and
Yeah.
glasses because you can buy that anywhere.
But of course, yeah. So Captain gets his girlfriend and his good friend, the Falcon, and they're hanging out at a bar drinking. And then she tells him all kinds of information. She just gives him information.
Yeah.
No big deal. I mean, he's hot as young. Where do you know? See, this is she's a bad seed.
Yes.
They're giving him information. And of course,
She's trying to
shows
do the
up
right
say,
thing, okay?
No, she's talking to Captain. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, yeah.
I want to touch Captain's chest too. Everybody does it.
It's just like Ant-Man, yes. Everybody does it just his
I
chest.
mean, if they're not checking out his chest, they're checking out his bones.
So yeah, now we're back at the part where Captain America and Bucky before those I guess German cops or German FBI people, whoever they were.
German special forces.
German special forces comes, yeah.
The German special forces show up. Of course, he finds Bucky, and Bucky wants to pretend he doesn't know who Steve is.
Yeah.
Even though he knows who Steve is, he just doesn't know what to do. And of course, yeah. So he tells Bucky not to kill anybody.
So you know what? So at that moment, that's the part when he says, "I'm not going to kill anyone." Like Bucky will not kill anyone.
He's not killing anybody. So you know, yeah. By now, you already know it's a setup.
Yeah.
He's a setup. I mean, but the only thing that did make sense to me, you know, is he put a newspaper over all his windows. Now, go by a house and all the windows are covered in newspaper, and there's people going in and out of it. I think that's a drug house.
Like, yeah. Is it a drug house? Like, this person's very shady. Like, can you just buy blinds or something?
Shady. I mean, exactly. This guy's living in this giant apartment building, and he's got the windows that's covered over in newspaper.
Yeah.
I mean, even overseas in Europe, I'm thinking that's shady.
Yeah, it's very shady.
I don't know. I'm not from Europe. Maybe it's normal.
But now we have a team up with Bucky and Captain America for the first time.
Yep. Well, I guess it's
In a way, because you know when they fight in the apartment, right? When they do that grenade, he kicked it, and then Captain America covered with the shield.
There's a few backups. I mean, basically, Bucky's fighting. Captain America's saving everybody.
Yeah, he's saving everybody because that dude almost fell, right? And he caught him like, come on, man. And he just picks him back up like a piece of bag or something.
Well, he threw him against the wall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he just threw him against the wall, but he didn't fall, you know?
Yeah, he didn't fall. He threw him against the wall and knocked him out.
And then
he took those two guys together and let them hang over the balcony.
And then now it's like Bucky versus the Black Panther.
Yes, Bucky gets out there, which is cool because I thought it was going to be Falcon. You see the shadow?
Yeah, because the Falcon comes,
Falcon instead. Boom, Black Panther. And it's got those little fingernails that pop out of his hands. Like
That was a cool fight.
And of course, the German comes along, and then they just shoot at both of them.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't care. That's two super people. Let's just shoot them. I mean,
and then the Falcon took care of the helicopter, right? I can't remember.
The Falcon hit the helicopter and knocked the guy out of his seat.
Oh, yeah, he kicked it. Yes.
He kicked it. It's nice to have wings.
It is. Like, you just kick a helicopter. Like, did you just kick a helicopter?
Yeah. And of course, they finally get, Captain America chases Bucky.
So at that moment, he chases Bucky. All of them are running, right? Like Black Panther, Captain America, and Bucky are running. Like, how fast are they running? Are they running like 50 miles per hour?
I don't know, but Captain America's got to be able to run. You know, Captain America. We already know Captain America runs faster than him.
Yeah.
Because we saw him run, and he just
in the Winter Soldier. Yeah.
I don't know. The Falcon's got to fly because he can't do. He
can't do it. That's why like Captain America got a car.
In the suit helps Panther run fast, but he's not that fast because he hitches a ride on Captain America's car that Captain America stowed. And of course, Bucky, he's running. He's got same powers as Captain America.
Captain America, yeah.
So, and he steals a bike.
He steals a bike. That was so cool. Like the way that they shot that, and he picked up that bike to turn it around. Like, holy crap!
Which I noticed they use almost the same bike in every movie.
Is it?
It seems like it's the same bike in every movie. If they're not still on the bike, Captain America's riding that bike. If Captain America's not riding, Black Widow's riding that same bike.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool bike.
It must be, because it's the only one Marvel's got access.
Yeah, it's only actually got only like 1 or 2 bikes, so we gotta use it to everything, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna use everybody. Don't break this bike.
Oh, so they all get arrested.
Even though we see the scene, when they blow up the end of that tunnel, and the Captain America's driving that car, and he jumps out of the car, and the car's rolling.
Yeah, and I was gonna tell you, like when that car side swipes, right, and he just came out of the driver's seat and then run. That seems like a very Hollywood, like Bollywood movie, like a Bollywood action movie.
I guess I was just sitting there like, what?
Yeah, he just
you're gonna do this in a Marvel movie? I mean, come on. I was like, is this a Marvel movie? Are you Captain America or are you Arnold Schwarzenegger? I mean, pick one.
Like, I'm not even sure if Arnold can run out that fast,
No, he can't.
It's Tom Cruise or something.
I bet you Stallone could.
That's a different topic.
Well, Chuck Norris could have done it.
Chuck Norris can do anything, yes. Chuck Norris needs to be in the MCU.
Chuck Norris would have just started the movie. Would have ended the movie at the first 5 minutes. So.
If it even lasts that long. The first minute, and there's 4 minutes of credits.
That's why we don't see Chuck Norris movies anymore, because they're over too quick.
They're
still waiting to string. They're still trying to string a lot of footage together.
Yeah. So they all get arrested.
Yep, they all get arrested, which, of course, it's neat because it's War Machine stops them.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mess with War Machine.
Yeah.
And then he's, of course, say, Captain America.
You're a criminal, I know. I'm like, well, I thought we were signing the course today. I still got time.
Yeah. But hey, he saved Bucky.
He saved Bucky.
He did save Bucky, so he did the right thing. He saved the Bucky. Of course, they took their shield. Of course,
they took the shield. They took the wings.
The shield belongs to the government.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Remember, because we hear it's a gray area noise. It belongs to Tony Stark's dad.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I want to point that out now before we get to the end of the movie. Howard gave that to Captain America.
Howard did give that to Captain America.
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to say the thing now, but I want to save it to the end. He did give it to Captain America, right? That's how I understood it too.
That's how I understood it.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's probably an accessory, but I mean, basically, he built it for Captain America.
He built it for Captain America. He built it and he gave it to him. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I'm thinking the way Stark would work. I'm thinking Stark was saying, "That's not America's."
Yeah. So, but the other thing is like, if the suit belongs to the government, right? Then Iron Man's suit also belongs to the government because Tony signed the accords.
No, I wouldn't think that.
Oh, that's messed up.
How? That's not that's I don't know how you think that
because like Tony's are not allowed to look. Iron Man is not allowed to go on any mission, right? Unless it's approved by the UN.
Yeah, he's not.
Wait, so the shield? So did you mean the shield actually belongs to the UN, not the government?
No, the shield doesn't belong. They're not saying the shield belongs. The government thinks the shield belongs to him because he was a soldier. Captain America's a soldier working for the United States government.
Oh, okay.
It's like when they hand you a machine gun.
Yes.
You give the machine gun. You give the rifle back.
Yeah.
That's like you got a bazooka. They give you a rocket launcher. Go fight in the Middle East. When you get out of the service, you got to give that back.
Oh, you're saying because the shield was never given by him.
Given to him during World War II. So I'm thinking they're thinking the shield belongs to the United States government.
Oh, instead of Howard Stark. Okay.
It is military property.
Yeah, but it's not. Okay, I got you.
It. Yeah, that's nothing to do with the Accords. Accords don't own anything. They just regulate what you can do and what you can't do.
Okay, so they don't own your stuff.
They set up some rules for you to follow. Is all they did.
So Falcon stuff also belongs to the government then.
Well, Falcon did actually take his stuff from
from the government because they didn't say that how they got it in the Winter Soldier, but they got it from
I mean, come on, if Black Widow and Captain America go get you some stuff, I mean, Black Widow stole your stuff. Captain America borrowed your stuff.
Yeah, borrow your stuff exactly.
So I mean, the Falcon stuff is borrowed, rented, on loan, even though they call it a bird suit.
He's like bird costume. Bird costume, really?
Like, I don't write this stuff.
Bird costume.
I like it when they take a suit. He goes, "I better not see anybody flying around the building that suit."
Yeah.
I'm thinking nobody would be able to get his suit and do.
Well, I know how to work it. Yeah, it's kind of like the Rocketeer.
Yeah, come on. We saw what happened to Tony Stark the first time he flew.
Yes.
Dangerous. That's why Captain America doesn't fly.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so let's go down to they got arrested, and Zemo comes in to interview Bucky,
Yeah, we see that. And of course, Sharon comes in and pushes the button, and she's not
so they
supposed
can
to.
hear. And then right before
But Bucky, we don't notice it.
no, before Iron Man and Captain America argues again.
Yeah, well, this is because Captain Iron Man shows up and tries to get Captain America out of it.
Just yeah.
He's like, hey, he's like telling them, oh, there's going to be repercussions, and I'm going to punish them, and all this stuff, blah blah blah. He's actually lying,
Mm-hmm.
but he thinks he's like, huh, I guess they'll sign it now since they're in trouble.
Yep.
And of course, and they almost do. Captain America's actually thinking about it.
Yep.
And then of course, it's when he goes.
No, but I think he's thinking about it because they got Bucky safe.
Yeah, because Bucky's safe, so now they can do something.
They can, now they can, yep.
Yeah, and that's what Tony's told him. We can fix this.
Yes.
But again, of course, he's like, I locked Wanda.
He locked Wanda up, yep.
So he's already like, I mean, come on, Tony's like going too far. Tony,
yeah.
I mean, it's not just the Accords now that's the problem. It's Tony's controlling everybody.
Yep.
I mean, if he's got Wanda locked up, what's he going to do with the rest of them? You know?
Yeah, because that's his Avengers facility, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Tony's probably going to have Vision babysit every single one of them. For all he knows,
that's messed up.
He may send Vision to Hawkeye's farm and tell their family they're going to have to come live with the Avengers. He may go start a war with Asgardians to go get Thor.
Wow.
Who knows what Tony will do?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Not. But I mean, right then you can see it in Captain America's face. He is mad.
Oh, he is mad. Yeah.
I mean, come on, Tony Martin went too far.
Yeah.
Tony went from being against the government and doing what he wants to
joining the government.
Yes, basically being the government, which is cool because in the comic book, Tony is in the government.
Oh yeah.
He comes to the Secretary of War, I think.
Wow.
Which is funny because isn't that what he wanted in Iron Man 2?
Yeah. That's what they want him in Iron Man 2. Yes, exactly.
Also, Tony in the comic book, Iron Man actually becomes the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he eventually works for the government. He eventually becomes the man.
Wow.
It changed quite a bit.
So right now, like this scene, right? You're trying to figure out like who is the good guy and bad guy here, Captain America or Iron Man?
I already knew. I mean, I was going for Iron Man, but you already know that Iron
Man. No, but not
Tony Stark is wrong.
No, in my mind, Tony Stark is wrong, but it wasn't between them because right now that's the scene where Zemo controls Bucky. Now you know the villain is Zemo.
Yeah, you know the villain's Zemo because you know he's down there and he's talking to him. You already know something's about to go off. Which you remember when they're driving, you don't ever notice it, but you see that guy that's hauling that package.
Yes.
Remember, you're like, why are they even showing this guy?
Yeah, to shut down the power. Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's got something. And then of course Zemo blows up the power plant, or he uses special deals to knock out the power plant. And of course Zemo gets his book out and he starts telling Bucky
those word patterns,
Russian words, which seemed weird to me because it showed him in the hotel room. You know, he's trying to say the words.
He's practicing, yeah.
Hopefully he knows how to say the words because I'm like, wouldn't the language he speaks in Sokovia be a former Russian?
Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't it be? It would be, right?
I would have thought it would have been.
I thought it was some kind of Russian accent. That's what Wanda kind of had.
It seemed like it's because it wasn't German.
Yeah, it wasn't German. Yeah, I knew that too.
You think it would have been a German, but hey, who knows? I don't really know that much about that part of the world. So.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
Plus, that country's not real, so I guess it could be whatever you want it to be.
So this movie is very action packed.
Yeah, it's very action. Well, of course, look at the directors.
The Russo brothers?
Yeah, they're action. Man, come on, they're action.
Are they?
I feel like they are.
Oh,
I guess I couldn't. I mean, I guess I'm judging them from what I've seen now.
Oh well, yeah.
At that time, but I mean, they did Winter Soldier, very action packed compared to all the other movies.
Yeah.
Very espionage.
No, it's very espionage. Because like after Zemo controls Bucky, right? And Zemo did he tell Falcon that he wanted to see the Empire fall?
Yeah, he tells Falcon.
Because what do you want?
He tells Captain America.
Captain America, yes.
It's Captain America. He goes,
and now like Bucky's leaving, but we don't like at that moment during the movie. We didn't know where Bucky was going.
Yeah, we don't know where Bucky's going.
I guess he was just to cause a distraction so Zemo can get out of there in a way.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say it is. because basically all he went to go see, all he wanted to see from Bucky
The
was
mission
what
report.
happened. He just wants to
December
know
16th.
where the super soldiers are kept.
He just wanted to know where the super soldiers were kept. That's
all
it.
he wanted. Like I said, if the Russian would have told him the secret at the beginning of the movie,
He wouldn't have gone this far.
wouldn't even gone this far. He wouldn't even try to destroy.
You're right. It's right after the Russian sacrificed himself. He planted that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, he basically told the Russian, if you don't tell me, I'm going to have to use other means.
Yes.
And then he basically like, I'm glad I had to use other means.
Yep.
The other guy's like
crazy.
Hal Hitler. I meant Hal.
Hell Hydra. Right
Hal
before
Hydra.
he dies, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. They both start with an H.
Yeah, same thing. Well, this is still World War. There's like a little playoff on World War II, so you know.
Yeah. So anyway, so the guy dies. What kind of Russian was that guy anyway?
So I did like you know what I liked about this part when Bucky was fighting everyone, right? You could tell that he with the Winter Soldier is not a person to be messed with.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he's pretty dark, but he's not as dark as he could be.
And since we were talking about Captain America's chest so much, when Bucky trying to fly away in the helicopter, Captain America's trying to pull that thing on the ground, right? And then it took off. Then he was holding the helipad and the helicopter like this. Like, how did he went from this kind of grip, right, to immediately turn his arm like this way?
I don't know.
Because, you know, in reality, I think we're like, as soon as he let go, right, the helicopter's going to go.
But I did want to put it, because I forgot about this, but the fight, you're talking about the fight, remember whenever everybody tries to fight, because Tony Stark doesn't have his suit.
Yep.
Black Widow fights him. Of course, he doesn't remember Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
But that reminded me of the first of the scene. Black Widow, when she's fighting in, was it Africa? Yeah. Remember with the very first movie when they're fighting Crossbones people?
Yes.
That's some of the best fighting I've seen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, remember that fight scene between her and all those people?
Well, I thought the Winter Soldier, the first time Captain America fights that French guy, it was pretty good too.
Yeah, this fight.
No, it was pretty good. Like in American cinema, like besides Jackie Chan movies I've seen, right? That's one of the best American cinematography I ever seen in a whatever. But that you're right. In that movie, in the Black Widow, and in the beginning of like Fight Crossbow, those are some really great good fight scenes.
Because in this movie, the moves are gotten so much better.
Even Captain America those fight scenes were good.
The fighting was good, but I mean, just her combat. Because we've seen her fight several times. And wipe out a whole group of people.
Yeah.
But it kind of cuts away.
Yeah, and Iron Man 2.
Those guys, I just thought, man, this is some of the best fighting
sequence. Yeah.
From her. Hopefully, when the Black Widow movie comes out, it's even better.
Oh, I know. It's
all
one up.
Cinematography, though. It's all who you got,
Yep, cinematography and choreography.
Time, out of all the Black Widow fights, that was one of the best.
Yes.
Because that fight to me was better than a lot of other characters.
No, you're right. I liked it. Yeah, I love all those action scenes.
Yeah. So I would go back to your favorite thing about Captain America holding a helicopter.
Oh, I love that scene, dude. He's holding the helicopter with the helipad. Yeah, like that part when the Winter Soldier realized, like, well, I'm not getting out of this. Yeah, like, there's no way I'm flying away. Then he tries to crash it.
Captain America. And then it bangs his head against the glass and gets knocked out.
Yeah, get knocked out. They both fell.
So instead of Bucky pulling Captain America out, now it's Captain.
Now it's Captain. Yeah.
Him out of the water, and of course they take him to it's like a warehouse and stick his arm in a press.
In a vice, yeah, in a press. And that's right.
Exactly. We're back where we saw it the
Ant-Man.
So now, and actually, I think because like we were saying, Ant-Man takes place kind of into this.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking a lot of the other movies take place at the same time this is going on. I bet you when we watch Doctor Strange, parts of it's going to be going on through the whole MCU.
Oh, it's in Civil War. Okay.
We're always going, where's Thor? Thor's movie?
Ragnarok.
At the same time.
That's right. Ragnarok was at the same time.
Takes place right after the airport.
Yes, yeah. Spider-Man Homecoming is after the airport.
Right after it.
Yep. God, these events are so close.
Yeah, so all these events of this phase are almost all right against each other.
See, and this is the way that's kind of like a comic book.
Yeah, this is like a comic book because
now
you remember you gotta go get every issue. If you don't have enough money, you got to miss some stories.
Yeah, you're gonna miss some stories. Exactly.
You got to stand there at the bookstore and read the whole comic book while people are looking. But hey.
When also when they have Bucky in that press, right before that they show Zemo listening to the phone message. At first, I didn't understand what the relevance was. At
I
first.
didn't either.
Yeah, it just like
Because he was just
they were speaking English. I thought he was messing whatever, and then he's missed some voicemails.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's talking. It's like he's talking to his family.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. He was kept talking to his family. Of course, you see the bomb thing inside the closet in one scene.
Yeah.
Of course, he leaves, but yeah, he's talking to his family, or he doesn't ever talk. He just
he doesn't. It's like a voicemail.
And it's his wife talking, the whole time. And so he goes off, and then of course, they got the press. They go, hey, we got to get some more guys.
We got more guys, and that's when you find out there's more Winter Soldiers.
Yeah, when we find. Well, that's because they finally ask him the question, and he's telling them what he did.
No, I like that scene. Yeah, like why does this guy fought so hard just to get to you for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Like you got to do better than that. Like what the hell does he want to know?
Yeah, so he had to think, and then he, of course, tells about the super soldiers.
Well, the super soldier, but that's a little funny scene in there. Like Falcon is like, "What, we're cool now?" Because when Captain America, like, which Bucky am I talking to? Is like, you used to wear newspaper in your shoes, and like, well, you can't read that in a museum. Like, what? And then just like that, we're supposed to be cool now. I'm gonna need more than that, Like, what the hell is going on? Because Falcon doesn't know him from anything, So Stan's probably like, I don't know if we can trust this guy because the last couple of just in the last couple of hours, right? We had a really tough time. Yeah, this guy shows up.
You also got to remember the last movie was in with him. He killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, he killed a bunch of people. Still, I need more than this, okay? I need more than just your word.
He's probably like, I can't believe I followed this Captain America guy.
Yeah, and we're so close to this Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we see we see the super soldiers deal, and all the super soldiers are super violent.
I forgot to point out, in the beginning they show you those blue packs, those IV packs. Yes. The first time I see that, I keep thinking of Icy, because they're blue, man.
Yeah, those you don't put in your freezer.
They're Tar Heel blue. They look like ices to me.
Yeah, don't put those in your ice chest.
You know what? You don't know what I want to be. Maybe I want to be a Winter Soldier.
Maybe you do. But yeah, they're blood.
Yeah, are they blood? Is that what that is? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I bet you they were blood.
I thought it was just some kind of chemical.
It may just be serum. But
serum too, yeah.
But I would have thought they would have took it from somebody's blood.
Isn't this the scene where they go over, they make more Winter Soldiers, and then they
make more Winter Soldiers. Basically, we just see how mean they are.
Yeah, how mean they are. Okay, yeah.
Because you got to think, you got to always remember the Winter Soldier serum always makes whatever you are more. And so all the guys that they used were killers already.
But killers already, yes.
So they just killed those people.
And I think this is the scene where Captain America, Bucky, and Sam thought Zemo wanted to control the Winter Soldiers.
Yeah, because
that's why he wanted to know where.
Yeah,
why would he want to know where they are? Yeah.
Well, basically, because like he said, if they get a hold of these guys, they could drop a whole country in a day.
Yeah, in overnight. Yep, and no one will see them coming. So that seems dangerous to me. Yeah.
So that's why right then you're already thinking. Now at the end of the movie, they're gonna have to fight all these soldiers, Winter Soldiers.
Oh, I thought so too. I thought that's how they're gonna team up, right? They have their. It's like every Avengers movie, they have to do their little fight amongst themselves.
We watched the trailer, and we already know that Captain America and Iron Man fight.
Yeah.
But you're still thinking they're gonna fight these guys.
The Winter Soldiers, exactly.
You think the movie's gonna end with them all friends again.
Yep. Oh, this ended way better than I wanted to. Oh my gosh. It was so great. So
of course now that we got to see the teams start to form.
We see the teams start to form. That's when it's the same scene where they I know a guy does that. He's talking about Ant-Man. Yeah. They talk about a week ago. This would have been a lot easier. I love that they bring even though it's a little throwaway line. He's right. You need to say this.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing. They probably should try to talk to Tony Stark then.
Yeah. But then it's
up on the airport.
But Sam said would Tony even believe it?
No, he probably wouldn't. But it would have been better than him try to get him to listen in.
Do you think his ego was already big at that point?
Oh, I think he was already kind of mad. But yeah, I don't think he would have. He wasn't as mad as he is going to get. True. They just keep pushing it. I mean, Tony messed up, but they keep making it worse and worse.
Yeah, you're making it worse and worse.
Tony Stark's already hunting for him.
So basically, it's the common problem: communication.
Yeah, it's all communication because you got to think Tony's mad at him, but then they got to fight him at the airport. So Tony's gonna get madder.
Yeah, even madder. Yeah.
They almost kill Rhodey. Now he's really mad. And then his dad, found out on top of that, this little piece of crap that they've been hunting for this whole time killed
Killed
his
his
parents.
parents.
What kind of crap is that?
Man, it's just terrible.
I mean, come on, how can you not be mad?
Well, on top of that, like he gets to watch the video of how his parents died.
Yeah, you get to see that. And we already
Because
seen
he already touched on it on that bath program.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know
We're
what
not.
happened to his parents.
Well, we need to go back to where we are. Let's pick the teams. So
Picking the teams, yes.
Captain America's got his guys, and of course Tony's got, I got my guy.
Right.
And that's what we-
Well, not only my guy, because that's when Ross tells him that he got 36 hours because Iron Man asked for 72.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not only team Iron Man, but Black Widow said like, "Oh, I got somebody too. He's downstairs." But she was just talking about Black Panther because they go to that scene. But then the way Iron Man does it, he already know who he was going to,
Yeah.
and I
And of
love
course-
that scene.
So here's the thing, though. So he goes to see. Yeah, I love this too because we're introduced to Aunt May.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, not Aunt May part, right? Once they show Queens, right? Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah, I didn't care. I was already past that into the Aunt May.
I just love that so much when they show
Aunt
Queens.
May
I'm like,
was-
that's the
was like-
Spider-Man's part.
Oh my god. Queens.
I don't think I knew they picked Marissa Tomei to play Aunt May before this
I didn't
movie.
either, but when I
Yeah.
saw it, I was happy. I was like,
Yes.
oh my god, that's Marissa Tomei playing
Aunt May. Oh, it's so
Tony Stark is in
amazing.
there trying to steal his aunt away from him. Peter Parker. I see Peter Parker. Of course, he's using the September thing, the cover. And of course, he tells him. Then we found out that Iron Man knows he's Peter Parker.
Yes,
meant
the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Well, he didn't know what they call him. He just know that is this person swinging
He
around and
knows he
stuff.
exists.
Yeah.
He knew where to go look for him.
And you know what's
Yeah.
really crazy? He already started working on a suit for this kid.
He already knew. I think he already knew they called him Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know why he asked him?
Why?
Because he wanted to point out that this guy's a kid.
Yeah.
You know what he asked him? So, what's your name?
Yeah, Spiderling, Spider Kid,
Remember?
Spider Boy.
Yeah, and remember he didn't even want to say I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm
He was
Spider-Man.
too ashamed to say I'm Spider-Man. Tony Stark already knew he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Already knew the name. Tony already knew everything. He must have been using satellites to track him.
Yes.
So Edith may already exist now.
Well, maybe not for Spider-Man's, but yeah, it's probably
Yeah, well,
exists.
basically he tracked him because he already knew. He knew who his aunt was. He knew where he lived. I mean, come on. None of the villains can find Spider-Man, but Iron Man can.
Oh yeah. Well, that's very dangerous.
Yeah, well, Baskin Robbins probably could have found him too.
Because Baskin Robbins always find out, bro. Because they don't
Yeah.
play. I wanna mention on here. One of my friends listened to our podcast right on the YouTube, and he
Yeah.
commented on our video.
Oh, did he?
I
Oh,
love
gotta
that
check-
guy. Yeah, I love
that.
Julius. So I'm gonna do a shout out. I love you, Julius. Thank you for the comment. Yeah.
I don't know you, Julius, but I love you too. In a like a bro type of way.
Yeah, like a bro. Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
cool. All right,
bro type of
MCU.
So good thing that Peter never got a job at Baskin Robbins or
Yeah.
anything.
No,
'Cause, I mean,
how
even
how
J.J.
did you like that
even
Spider-Man
J.J.
scene?
Jameson couldn't figure it out.
How did you like that scene?
Oh, I love this scene.
Because like they never, I put on here, they introduced Spider-Man, right? I love how they don't have to really explain his origin.
Exactly. Well, here's the funny thing, though. The only problem I have with this scene is, all right, we saw this whole scene. We see his apartment building, and then when we see the first Spider-Man movie, his apartment's not the same. That's the only thing that annoys me.
Did they move?
I don't know. They
I
used
guess
the wrong-
no. A thing annoys me is like I didn't give too much thought about it. Is they didn't
annoys
like
me.
Aunt May doesn't
It-
live in that
it
smaller
annoys me
house.
that they actually changed the set.
Yeah,
It annoys the crap out of me. The set is only like a couple weeks, and they already have a whole different set in the next Spider-Man movie.
yeah, cause yeah,
His room's completely different. I'm like, how did he go and come back? Did he go?
you know what? I don't
did he go
remember,
to-
so I'm gonna pay attention since we're watching these movies
Yeah,
so
okay.
closer.
So anyway, he hires Spider-Man. It's cool because I love the scene. The scene's really cool. He keeps saying, "Oh, I'll tell your aunt on you."
Yes, and it also Tony's trying to like that scene shows how smart Peter is, cause Tony wanted to know who made that web shooter,
Yeah,
cause he's like, hey, who manufactured this for you? He's like, I made this.
I mean, because it's kind of hard to tell if he's smart or not because he's got that junk.
The old
Gosh.
computer, yeah, I know.
But
He's
that-
like, what is this?
but hey, come
Retro
on.
tech?
if I found one of those in the trash can, I'm digging it out too.
Oh yeah, me too. Cause like I
Yeah.
like old stuff like that. I know. I still have my iMac from 2008.
Yeah, who doesn't want some of that? That's retro, man. Come on.
Yes.
But he does have that stupid looking costume. I like it how he does. Hey, so
I like that too. Like it's very original.
yeah, it's very original. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. But the funny thing is what is weird is he has this crappy Spider-Man suit, but he has this awesome web stuff.
Yes, because he can't make clothes, right? Like you could I guess he could make that web stuff. He's just
Well, I think
chemicals. He's like a
I
scientist.
guess, yeah. Well,
Spider-Man is also like a scientist.
he is like an amateur scientist.
Yeah, because he never got a
is
degree
science
for
geek.
it.
He's
Yeah,
a science geek.
he's a
He
science
goes
geek.
to a advanced more. We see later he goes to a high school. It's a little more advanced.
Yes,
You know, for kids like himself that are super smart. That,
super small. That's why, yeah.
whatever.
So good.
Nerds.
Yeah, this is the yes, nerds. Yeah, this is the recruitment. So he gets Spider-Man, and now it goes to the next scene where Hawkeye gets Wanda.
Yeah, we see Hawkeye go into the Avengers compound, and I love the Hawkeye scene where he goes like, "I've just been gone for like 5 minutes and everything. What the hell?"
Yeah, went to hell. Like I like that. Like he did the explosion outside, so Vision would have to go out there, right? So when he goes out there, he shot those 2 arrows, knowing exactly what's about to go down next.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about Hawkeye. I noticed in this, and it shows in this movie. Everybody underestimates him because he always knows he never misses.
Yeah, he never missed. Yeah, exactly.
It seems like all the characters think they do because you see him grab arrows from him and stuff. I'm like, he already knows that you're gonna grab that arrow.
Yeah, it's intention. That's why he shot it. Yeah, exactly.
Like because remember that scene with Loki shoots the arrow and Loki thinks he's so awesome because
Yeah, and because he blows up in his face.
And then there's another scene where they're fighting at the airport where he tells Barton, he goes, "I think you missed," and Barton says, "No, I made you look."
So I like that because in my notes I put down like him and Iron Man had these really funny this back and forth because it did that in Age of Ultron when Tony said like, "Hey man, if you can't perform, no one's gonna blame you, okay?" He's like, "Hey, first time or everything."
Yeah. Yeah, he's always doing that stuff. Plus, he throws that dart across, almost hits Iron Man.
Yes, at his house. When they're playing darts, he's throwing it sideways, while taking a drink.
He's washing dishes. Guy's washing the dishes. And he's throwing the dart ball.
I like that. That's a little funny thing. Well, I play golf. I play 18. I shot 18.
I just quit.
Yeah, I just quit.
So,
I did like they bring Hawkeye back so
he
fast.
comes to get Wanda, and of course Wanda doesn't really want to leave her.
No, because she was still confused at that. Like she doesn't know what to do at that moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That goes back to the kid thing. Like she haven't made up her mind yet. But all these adults, right? They already know what is best for them. It wasn't until Hawkeye shows up that he already put the faith in her. Like, I don't know why you try so hard, but you can't stop me. Yeah, I know I can't. But she can. Yeah, that's when we talk about earlier. You said that like he stopped pushing him like into the earth. I didn't even know how deep they went, but I guess deep enough for them to make a getaway.
Yeah.
To fly to Germany.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she didn't push him to Germany. So
she's like, he's already there. Hey, okay, thank you.
Yeah, but they get away and make their way. Yep. Apparently they push it pretty far because they got on an airplane and everything.
Yeah, they got an airplane. They go to Germany.
Come on, they had enough time to get this guy from California on an airplane to Germany.
Yeah, to Ant-Man too. Yeah, exactly. It was the 3 of them.
But also, I like the scene because we saw the scene where Captain America, they borrow another car.
Yeah, the Beetle.
The best scene is when Falcon sat in the front seat and Buggy's in the back seat. He goes, "Can you move your seat forward?"
No.
No.
They played that on a Winter Soldier when Bucky sat in the front. Exactly. I love that spot too. Like, let me guess, you're not gonna move your seat? No. No. It's just that grudge after so many years.
And then we also get the scene where Captain America just finally does what he's supposed to do.
He kisses Sharon. I like that. Like both of them like smile in their car.
Exactly. They're both like, finally. Oh, man.
It's like it's finally like you can see right before he kisses her, right? He thought about it too. Yeah, he's like, okay, I gotta kiss this girl. Like I see that in his face.
Yep. And it seemed like this could have went to this from this moment. I thought, all right, this could go a whole different way.
Yes. But that would be the last time he'll see her.
Because Peggy's dead.
Yeah.
So he can move on. And yeah, you're right. This is the last time we see her.
It's the last time he sees her.
For a while. Oh, you're right. This is the last time we
see Steve her. Never sees Sharon again because now she has to be on the run.
Yeah. Well, he never sees her in this reality.
Well, again. Okay, I don't want to touch on that because I don't like if we go down that loophole, woo.
Oh, we'll be fine. Okay. I can keep my realities in check.
Oh, I can too, but I want to keep I want to keep making realities. Okay. That's my thing.
Yeah, well, there's a reality where she kissed him and everything worked out for her. Okay.
Yes. All right, now we're back to the last recruitment. Is Scott.
Yes, Scott Lang.
That is so great when they brought him back up. I think it feels like the only reason they make an Ant-Man movie, right? So they can have this scene in Civil War. Which I'm happy about, actually. I love it when they do that. Like when they even bring a character like that.
Actually, a founding member. Ant-Man's a founding Avenger.
Avengers, yeah. Him.
I mean, everybody that was in the Avengers first comic book was almost there, except for Wasp.
Except for Wasp, yeah.
Yep. So we got all the Avengers except for Wasp.
I think one of my favorite lines in this whole movie is when Captain America tells Scott, like, so if you come with us, you're a wanted man. He's like, yeah, what else is new?
Which is funny. They flew him all the way to Germany to ask him that. I'm like, they should have asked him on the air while he's still in San Francisco.
I think he was just so overjoyed to know that who's asking about him.
Yeah. Captain America.
Yeah, it's Captain America. Ask him to,
I like it. Everybody else is great. Of course, Falcon tells him, "Oh yeah," he goes, "Oh yeah, I remember what up." Because they'll never happen again.
I agree with that. When after you told me, like, if Falcon put on the Ant-Man suit, right? Oh my god, he would be unstoppable. Kind of like exactly what Cross said. If you put trained military people into this suit, right? Oh my gosh. The only way that Scott have an advantage is because he's wearing the suit. Kind of like Tony.
Exactly.
If he doesn't have that suit, right, dude, he could be easily neutralized in the first 10 seconds.
Yes, he's not gonna survive. He's gonna be just like Justin Hammer.
Yes, like you're breaking my arm. Yes, like that's. Yeah. I think so. That's why Rhodey would be more awesome Iron Man. Because even if he's out of the suit, right, he can still combat.
As War Machine, he's pretty powerful.
Yes.
And you got to think, the only reason that the War Machine can't Iron Man because Iron Man makes all kinds of upgrades, and he makes War Machines upgrades too.
Yeah, it's basically the same suit.
But yeah, if Rhodey had Iron Man build all his stuff, then
yes. So we're gonna talk about the big airport battle.
Yep, the big giant airport battle.
But before the airport battle, I love how Iron Man comes in and shoot that helicopter, right? And he's like, man, it's so weird how you run into people into the airport. Isn't it weird? Yeah, it's weird. They're such nerds. Right again, this is very serious business. But they keep breaking the ice with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh. Of course, you know that they're getting ready.
Yeah, they're getting ready.
Spider-Man, because of Underoos.
Underoos, yeah, it's so weird. I don't think I ever heard that phrase at all.
You don't know what Underoos are, then?
No, I do not.
When you were kids, they used to have Underoos. It was like a t-shirt and underwear. It was a little deal, and it always looked like superhero stuff printed on them.
Oh.
Underoos.
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's underwear. It's an old thing. I bet you nobody knows it. Probably the only person that only a few people I actually know it, and I bet you it was an ad lib by
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it's probably ad lib because he probably remembered it. It was Underoos. You know, your Underoos. There's always the superhero underwear.
No, I'm thinking what happens is. They keep taking scenes, right? So they just let all DJs say anything. And they're like, oh, that's the funniest one. They just took that cut.
Because he always makes up names for everybody.
He does.
Just
Point Break.
Top of the head.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Spider-Man to him looks like he's wearing underwear.
He told Peter Parker that he doesn't like pop culture references. But he keeps saying stuff like Point Break, Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
he keeps saying, he's like, what? You're such a hypocrite.
He is He doesn't want
Look,
anybody else.
he just doesn't want to hear it.
doesn't
He
want
could
anybody else
say
making-
it, but he just
doesn't
don't
want
want to hear it.
anybody else making these jokes.
Yeah. Oh.
But the neat thing is we get to see Peter Parker, and he talks a lot.
Yeah, he talks a lot, just like in the comic books.
Because I knew somebody told me about the movie. He didn't really like this new Peter Parker because he's like he talks so much. I was like, did you not read the comic?
Did you not know about Peter Parker? He's a nerd. That's why he talks so much.
Yeah, well, he goes, well, it's nothing like the first Spider-Man movie. I was like, because
the first Spider-Man movie is not like Spider-Man.
Like the comic book.
Yeah, it's not like the comic book. Like, if you ever watch Spider-Man fight in a battle, Andrew Garfield does that. Like, in the Amazing Spider-Man, he talks a lot. That's when he's kind of like it, but I didn't like him because he was too good-looking. The first time he's Peter Parker, right, he was fighting these crooks. Then he started talking like Peter Parker. Then I was like, oh, okay. It kind of follows it.
That's the whole point of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, because
even Miles did it.
You remember Falcon tells him, it goes, during a battle, you're not really supposed to talk to me.
No talk. There shouldn't be this much talking.
I love the scene where he grabs
the Winter Soldier. You know what's really crazy? That Spider-Man is stronger than both of them.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's supposed to be, yep.
Yeah, but yeah, it's right, and they showed it.
Yeah, they showed it.
Made sense. It would've been
he's
weird.
actually supposed to be stronger than Captain America, too. It's just because...
He showed him he's stronger than Captain America.
Yeah, he's stronger than Captain America.
Because Captain America uses his body weight to over...
Yep.
Because, I mean, Peter Parker's just a kid. He doesn't know.
Hold on.
He's just shooting webs.
I want to say that line correctly. I wrote it down here. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in a fight before, but usually that's not this much talking. and he apologizes. He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he beat both of those guys.
He beat both of them, like, easily.
Easily. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. And like I did like the way I see the spider sense a little bit, because Winter Soldier threw something at Bucky, picked up something and he threw something at him, and then Spider-Man threw it right back at him like, hey buddy, I think you lost this. That's exactly how Spider-Man was. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
It was excellent, and it's because he's a kid, right? So he talks even more. Yeah. It's so great.
And everything's amazing to me because I love it when he goes, "Oh wow, you got a metal.
You got a metal arm? That's so cool." Awesome. He's like, "What? Who is this guy?" Everybody's got a gimmick these days.
Yeah, I know.
Gosh, that's a good scene. Like, I also like that. He keep trying to tell you're under arrest.
Oh yeah.
They do that in the comic books because they're supposed to arrest them.
He doesn't even know what he's doing though.
No, he doesn't. He just listened to Mr. Stark because he wanted to impress him.
Yeah, I remember because he told Captain America when he fights Captain America. Of course, you have the scene where he drops the thing, and of course, Spider-Man's busy because he's got to hold something up.
Yeah, he holds that like that walkway to the airplane.
Yeah. And of course, Captain America's like, so where you from?
Yeah, Queens, Brooklyn, both from New York. That met in Germany. So it is kind of weird out the kind of people you run into the airport, right? Like, dude, it's like a 20-minute train ride.
Oh. But yeah, I mean, and everybody faces off against another character. Because, you have Black Widow fight Barton.
Well, you also have Black Widow fight Ant-Man first.
Yeah, she fights Ant-Man. I mean, everybody fought Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Which is cool because you remember when he shoots that Ant-Man into Iron Man's suit?
Oh, dude, that was funny when that thing didn't fire.
Like, you're gonna have to take this into the shop.
It takes a shot, like, dude, like who is speaking? It's your conscience, man. I'm sorry that we don't talk a lot. Oh. And I forgot that relationship with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier will start building up right after they lost to Spider-Man, because Falcon used the Red Ring to knock him out, like you should take him away, and the Winter Soldier's like, you could have done that earlier. Like, man, I hate you. It is so awkward.
Well, they're both laying there.
They're both laying there with the web. They couldn't move. Like, I hate you. But he's right. You could have done that earlier. They probably thought that they both could take him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, come on. They don't even know who he is.
They don't even know who he is. Yeah. He just looked like a smaller dude. Yeah, it's just like a loudmouth.
He's a tiny loudmouth dude.
Oh. God, there was so much happening on this battle. It just takes from.
There was.
Yeah.
It was a ton because you get to see a lot of you see all kinds of weapons and powers. Plus, I noticed that Rhodey. He has a little kind of like this force blast.
Yeah.
Remember when he used to he has the stick, the stun stick, but he also has that force blast.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, we've seen this
He
before.
shoots it to Wanda.
In the Hulk.
Yes.
Remember those tanks that had Stark technology with the Force Blast on them? That's what he had.
Oh, so he put that in the Rhodey suit.
Yeah, they put it in the Rhodey's suit. But the greatest thing is we see Ant-Man become Giant Man.
So it is. It's funny when he's like, "Does anybody have any chick?" Well, I can be something kind of big, but I can't hold it long for him.
Yeah.
I can't hold it too long. Well, I did it tons of times. Actually, I only did it once.
Well, especially when he says, everybody goes, "Yeah, all right, y'all get ready for this thing. I'm gonna hopefully I won't tear myself in two."
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah, Bucky said like he's going to tear himself in half. Like, I don't know what's going on. We just met this guy.
We just met this guy.
But I like that though. Like Scott was ready to let like he always don't knew that they need to accomplish the mission because he's there to help Captain America. And you know what's really crazy? Captain America wasn't ready to let anybody go. Like if he goes, right, everybody has to come.
Yeah.
And everybody knew, like, dude, we're not all of us gonna be able to walk away, man.
Yeah. So basically, yeah.
They decided for him that Captain America needs to go. Like, however the mission is accomplished.
Yeah. So he grabs Bucky and they start to go, and of course, we get the Giant Man, and they beat him like they did in Empire State.
Yo, I loved that reference. I loved it when they brought Star Wars in, because like, to me, like Peter Parker, this is young, right? Like I didn't know that he would watch Star Wars. That's when Rhodey's like, Jesus, Tony, how old is this kid? I don't know. He's on the young side. I didn't carbon date him. But did you know they were doing the Empire Strikes Back thing? I was like, oh my god, I thought it was so happy when they did that.
He's putting the webs around his feet and they knock him over.
Yeah.
And of course, he turns back to his little self. He needs lemons. Anybody got some orange slices?
Yeah, orange slices. Who is he talking to?
He didn't even know. He lost his mind by then.
Kind of like Spider-Man, because like that's how Spider-Man got knocked out too. At that moment.
Yeah, well, he gets beat down.
Yeah, he got beat down.
His mind. And of course, Tony told him, "You're done."
Yep. And we're talking May. No, I'm done. I'm finished.
Yeah. So yeah, almost everybody's out.
Yes.
And this is when
Black Panther almost got
Quinjet. Yeah, Quinjet, and of course Black Widow's. It looks like Black Widow's going to stop him.
Yep.
And of course she stops Black Panther.
Yeah.
So she was. You could tell when it started the movie, when they first started, she was never really for the Accords.
No, I didn't think she would be. That was a strange thing,
It was a strange thing, but
we did say she was trying to get ahead of them, so that's what she was trying to do.
I think she just wanted to keep the Avengers together too.
Yeah, because it's like what she did there. She did trying to stay ahead. So stay ahead by being with Iron Man, right? Because she was standing on Captain America's side, they would have never succeeded.
Yeah, but again, at the end, she decided Captain America's almost her better friend, anyways.
Yes. And she knows him longer than Tony.
Yeah, plus she already knows that Captain America just gonna keep on trying.
Yep. He was never gonna stop. She knows this.
Must have a good reason
for
what he's doing. So,
and you know what? So far, she's been with him. He's always done the right thing. Yeah. She hasn't, but he has.
But he has. And of course, I like it when she tells Black Panther, goes, I told you I'd help you find him, but I didn't tell you I hope you
you catch him. Yeah, no, I love that. Like, that's the difference. So, like, okay.
Yeah. And this is a scene. We got to the scene. This one kind of made me think a little bit. Because, they're flying up, and then you can see Rhodey flying up.
Rhodey and Tony.
Fly up. And, of course, they shoot Rhodey. He starts to crash. Did you think he was going to get killed in this movie?
Okay, so I thought... Well, this is we skipped that part. Like the only way he delayed himself because he catch Wanda. Remember?
He caught Wanda, and then he was talking to her.
He's talking to her, and then that's when Rhodey asked for Vision's help.
Yeah.
But his Vision was actually just trying to shoot at Falcon. But Falcon knew the shot was coming. He dodged. I wrote down here. I was so happy it hit Rhodey instead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes a move, but did you think Rhodey was going to be killed?
I did. I thought he was going to die because from the trailer, I thought he's dead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, man, this is going to suck.
Yeah, I thought he died.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna die too.
because I didn't see any casualties between any of the sides.
Yeah, and they already killed somebody in the last movie.
But then at the same time, you have to remember this one wasn't directed by Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Joss Whedon. Oh, he died.
yeah. And he may already did, and they just decided they needed him.
Yeah, he might have wrote it, but yeah.
I'm glad, and of course, he ends up crippled.
Yes.
But the thing at the end of the movie, remember what he tells Tony? He goes, "I flew like what 152."
38. Yeah, I wrote that down. 138 mission. Everyone could have been his last. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone he could have been killed. I mean, he made this choice.
Yes,
and
you're
of course
right.
he'll get through it. And everything.
Yep.
And it's cool. He survived. Of course, this is where we ask a Vision. We see Vision is now becoming
more human.
Yeah, well, because he likes Wanda.
He does. It's weird.
He does. Well, it's in the comic book, so it has.
Yeah, in the comic books, it got me in the movie too. I highly agree. Like, what happened here?
Weird,
I know exactly what happened.
But it makes sense. I mean, it does make sense.
Yes, it makes sense. Because if it didn't happen that way, right? That means Iron Man and War Machine would have caught up to the Quinjet.
Yeah.
They needed that so that way they can go away. Yeah. Even when they were flying away, Bucky was asking Steve like, "What are you gonna do, Steve?" He's like, "I'm just gonna handle it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his attitude to everything. He'll get through it. He'll get through it. Everything will be fine.
I'll come across that bridge when I cross it.
So
it's great.
So everybody gets arrested and gets
Everybody gets sent
to the raft.
The raft. That's the thing created by Reed Richards. But
the raft is because in the comic books they also have the vault.
Yeah. Well, Reed Richards creates a prison to house all the superheroes they capture.
Was it called the raft or is it called the vault?
I can't remember.
Because it's the vault too, where they keep all the superhuman characters. But that's in New York.
Yeah, that's in New York. Yeah. So this is where we get towards the end when Zemo makes a call to the room service so they could find out the truth.
Yeah, they find out the body.
They find out the body. That was supposed to be the psychiatrist that's supposed to be interview Bucky.
Yeah.
That's when Tony started to believe Captain America's story. Because before he didn't.
Well, he starts because he was right there at the airport running away. How is he supposed to? Because it was even like Bucky says, "Because I didn't kill your father," and Black Panther's like, "Why are you running away?"
Yeah, why are you running away?
Why wouldn't I? You're trying to kill.
Well, if you think about it, right? Well, they weren't really running away. They were trying to stop Zemo.
Yeah, they're trying to stop Zemo, but so Tony figures this out. Now he's like, I made a mistake.
He did. That's why he's trying to find out where Cat was. That's why he visited the prisoners. Well,
I guess he doesn't visit prisoners. I love it.
I love the scene when he walks by Wanda. I think Wanda was freaked the heck out.
Well, yeah, because she's locked back up like she was before.
Yes.
And they probably keep her on drugs so she can't think.
Yeah, she can't think, so she can't use her powers.
Just put it this way, they don't know all the stuff that she can do, so of course they probably keep her drugged up.
Yeah.
And of course, Hawkeye's mad. Here's the futurist.
Yeah, the futurist. That's a great scene right there.
He sees the future, and of course, I like it when he goes past Ant-Man. Remember, goes past Ant-Man. Because Hank Pym says, "Never trust
a Stark." Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that. I think Tony knew who he was. He just saying that to be an ass. He knew who he was. He's like, "Who are you again?"
He probably already knew Ant-Man existed.
Yeah.
If he knew Spider-Man existed.
He must have known. Yeah, Ant-Man existed.
So, then of course he talks to Falcon, and Falcon should be mad at him, but the problem is Falcon's like, "Hey, Captain America, gotta save this guy."
Yep.
So,
because he first thing he did was ask about Rhodey.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, because Falcon didn't want anybody to get hurt.
No.
Nobody wanted that.
Captain America didn't want anybody to get hurt.
Nobody wanted anybody to get hurt.
They even talk about that in the fight scene when Black Widow asked Tony, like, "So what was your plan B?" "Well, my plan was to go easy on them. Did you want to change it up a little bit?" I swear, I love these lines, Shane. I love them.
Yeah, they got good lines.
It's kind of like 80s, 80s action movies in a way. Like these cheesy
the comic books. The comic books are all lines.
Yeah.
I mean, because you show pictures of the action and you put lines just
Yeah,
a
that's
simple
really
line.
it. Yep.
That's the way they've always been written.
Yes.
Comic books are just a bunch of one-liners
Yep.
strung together with pictures, boxes of pictures.
Wow. So Sam's
So
the
of
one who
course,
snitched.
so of course, Iron Man. You know, we already talked about it, but they show up at the facility.
Yes.
The super soldier is already dead, which we're like, what?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That was the thing right there. Like, so what are they going to do now?
Yeah. Well, now, I guess because Zemo has everybody there.
He shows them the truth.
Yes, he shows them the truth. And Tony, and this is like I'm thinking, okay, we're at this point. I know Captain America's right the whole movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going with Iron Man in a way because the dude killed his parents.
Right.
And he's trying to kill him. I mean, it's wrong, but it's ultimately how do you feel about this? Because, you know, there's people in this world that do stuff all the time and they get away with it,
Okay.
you know? And they always, they blame it on something else. Well, they weren't in their right mind. They weren't in that. To me, somebody kills somebody, they got to pay for it. I don't care if they're on drugs. I don't care if they're alcohol, or I don't care if they're have a mental problem. I don't care if they have a physical problems, mental problems. They got to pay for it.
Even a person don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
So if I train a dog and the dog kills a kid or somebody, right?
Yeah.
The father. So the father would have to kill the dog, but I'm okay. No consequences for me. I can go ahead.
That was your dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pay for it.
But then not with the way that you kind of described to me though. Like the Winter Soldier had to be paid, but not the people who did the Winter Soldier wrong or these people wrong.
Because if they can get them, get them.
Hmm.
But how are they going to find these people?
I don't know. To me, I don't think I should put the dog down because the dog's being trained. But then the dog is not a person though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's another.
I can't really blame the person because that person is being controlled by someone else.
It actually comes down to what you feel. I mean, everybody's gonna have their own opinion on it.
You're right. Like, because I'm not in that Tony Stark state of mind, right? I don't know who, like, the kill my parents part. So right now on my side, I'm like, I don't think I should blame it on Bucky.
Yeah.
You know who I want to get? I want to get that. I want to get Soloff.
Zoloff.
That's who I want to kill.
Yeah, but Zoloff is dead now, so.
So it's kind of like Batman, right? My vengeance is Two-Face. Like, because Two-Face killed my parents, so I want to kill him.
Sure.
But then if you think about it, like that's the thing, like that goes down a dark path, right?
Yeah, it's going down a dark path, and it's the same. But I mean,
so if let's say Tony Stark kills Winter Soldier, it's just only a matter of time, right? Until he finds another person that's like, no, he finds another Winter Soldier in his mind.
You're right. It's a matter of time before he goes. He's a bad guy now.
Yeah,
he would have been a bad guy.
He would just mirror that thing to like, oh, this person could kill another person's parents, so he's gonna kill that guy. Oh, it's a really bad path. I don't agree with that at all.
It's a bad path, but still, I mean,
I'm gonna say right now, Captain America in this movie could still pick up Mjolnir.
I say too.
Yeah.
Because he never went away from his core beliefs.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, he did the right thing.
You can't just let someone kill the Winter Soldier.
Well, just can't let somebody just kill somebody. He can't let somebody
can't let somebody kill somebody.
Kill somebody else. And he sure can't let his best friends kill each other.
Yep.
I mean, we see it in a way. It's kind of dark because you remember he goes, "Well, I can't let you kill my friend." He goes, like, "I thought we used."
I was your friend. Yeah, that was really good.
But the thing is, they still are friends.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, the neatest thing in the scene is that they start beating up on Iron Man. Remember, Tony Stark gets scared because Captain America looks like he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
But Captain America never went over the edge.
No, he never went over the edge.
Tony Stark did, though.
Oh, Tony Stark went way over the edge. He didn't even care that his guidance system was wrong. When he said he was gonna eyeball it, like, dude, you have no professional training. You should not eyeball anything. You're holding a mini missile.
His goal was
to kill him. Yep.
Yeah, he went over there.
Because I was thinking, like, if he even misses, right? If he hit any part of that little lid, it was going to crush Winter Soldier anyway. Yeah, it's going to kill Bucky.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's all he wanted.
But I thought it was also kind of cool that Iron Man stopped by the shield that his father created.
I think he's so petty.
Is that crazy?
It is.
he got stopped by the shield that his father created, but his father was killed by the guy that Captain America used the shield to defend.
Yes, you know what's also funny about that fight scene? Bucky and Captain America is the only two people who had that training in the three of them.
Yeah,
Iron Man, Tony Stark is only able to keep up because he's wearing the suit. Because
exactly.
in the middle of the fight, when Bucky was down, when he shot him with the chest with the arm, the whole time Captain America is fighting Tony, right? Friday's like, oh my god, you cannot beat this guy. That's when Tony did the countermeasures thing, right? And I think the countermeasures is kind of BS because then during a fight, right, like a trained person, you could change your sequence and then now you have to reevaluate.
You can
Yeah,
eventually, but I mean, a lot of people they have a pattern. Almost everybody has a pattern or a place they block or a
yeah,
blind spot. Almost everybody, even fighters, well-trained fighters do.
yeah,
So the computer can figure it out. It makes an algorithm.
yeah.
So Captain America probably trade it, and he eventually did. And I did like the Iron Man blew off Bucky's arm.
Yeah.
Made me feel good. It did. Actually did. It made me feel a little bit better. Because I'm like, finally, that guy gets some of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, sorry, Bucky got brainwashed, but man, he did some bad stuff.
Oh yeah, but would you count Bucky did the bad stuff?
I would
For
feel
me,
bad,
I
but
don't think Bucky's the one who did the
problem
bad
is
stuff.
Bucky really never paid for it, though. I mean,
But that's the thing. That's if
purchasing
you count
stuff.
Bucky doing the bad stuff.
Yeah, well, Bucky always goes and hides and stuff, but he never actually had to pay for it. He never went to jail. He never goes to talk to anybody. I mean, eventually he does.
Yeah, he eventually does.
It makes it better in the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but up until this point, he killed all those people and then he just kind of was on the run the whole time. And then he runs to Wakanda. That don't make it okay.
I think differently. Because
Yeah.
I don't think, like, when you're saying Bucky, right, it's like Bucky's conscious. I don't think Bucky's the one who committed all those murders.
I don't think it is either.
I think it feels like somebody's wearing the suit of Bucky.
But he can't just, to me, he can't just run, not make amends for it and run off.
Oh, okay, yeah, I believe that. Yeah, you
see,
cannot just make amends.
He didn't even face it. He just keeps running and goes somewhere else. He doesn't like.
Because he
hey,
doesn't know how to deal with it, yeah.
He never went up to Stark and go, hey, this is what happened. I'm sorry. You know, that's what.
Well, they did touch on that when Tony asked him, like, do you even remember them? And Bucky said, I remember everyone.
Yeah, and what is he? He didn't do nothing.
He didn't do anything, yeah. So that's his bad, though. But then at the same time, I still can't blame Bucky because that wasn't his mind. That wasn't him.
Yeah,
they just trained a body.
Dude,
It's kind of like in Man in Black. Do you count Edgar, the person that killed all those people?
yeah, but you got to think Edgar was not in that body anyways. Because remember, he dug the Edgar out of the body and threw him out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Awesome.
He dug him out
In a very PG way, because I think Man in Black was rated PG.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
hey, we knew, and he was just wearing his skin.
He's just wearing an Edgar suit.
Remember that lady? Yeah, he was wearing an Edgar suit.
Yeah, but then if you caught him, like, would you put, like, I don't know. I guess no way you're not. You won't put Edgar in a suit. Like, if I was taken over by an alien body, and an alien made me kill all these people, would you hold me accountable for those people? Even though I don't have my conscience.
Would I know that an alien took you over or not?
Yes, you would.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll have to get the alien out.
Yeah, but then would you hold me accountable for all these murders? It's the same thing here with Bucky.
Probably not. But it's not the same because an alien presence in you is different.
But then someone controlling you. How is that different? Someone controlling the body of a person.
I don't know. Because I'm thinking Bucky still he could have broke it.
You think so?
I think he could. He just wasn't strong enough. But I mean, he remembered.
Well, so you blame him for not being strong enough?
Yeah, I do blame him.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's messed up. I wouldn't because if you can't do it, you can't blame the other person.
I don't know.
I think different. Now.
Okay, well, it's all right. Because if I agreed with you completely, then what were we going to argue about?
Yeah, we're not going to. Oh, I love this. I know. I love this. No, you're right.
What I'm saying? Somebody has to be on the bad side.
Yeah.
Or you don't have anything.
No, you're right. That's why there's the war. That's when both sides think they're right.
Yeah, both sides thought they're right. And of course, I mean, we get to the end and Captain America stops Iron Man.
Yeah, he just said that.
But that's the thing. Iron Man's scared of him at the end.
Oh, yeah.
He thought he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Of course, because that's not what Captain America does.
Yep.
He should have known that.
No, because Tony thought because Tony thought in a way that how he would have think.
Yeah, that's how he would have done. But he didn't. in the end, it's just the way that Captain America's thinking. They're still friends.
Yep.
He still cares about Iron Man. Of course, Iron Man, goes, "Hey, that shield don't belong to you."
That was the worst part when he's
Yeah,
like, he's a sole
but,
loser.
But that's the thing, though. The shield does belong to him.
Why?
But if it made him, no, the shield does belong to Captain America.
Oh, the shield, that's belong
That's
to
what I
Captain.
mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. No,
I thought you
shield,
meant Tony.
to me, the shield does belong to Captain America.
Yeah, because it was given to him by his father.
By his father.
But I guess Tony doesn't know that.
But you got to remember, it goes back to the scene where we see that. Remember where he goes, "Yeah, I remember when Tony Howard Stark. It's hard to believe he got married because I remember when he was young." And then of course he goes,
"Oh, did you know him?"
Yeah, did you know him? Yeah, he goes, "I remember." I was sick of it. I hated you.
Yeah.
Remember, because
his father talks about him a lot. Yeah.
But his dad never really talked about Tony.
No.
So he's kind of jealous.
Oh, I think he is. But then it was a different time too, you know. Tony's holding a lot of grudges for no reason.
He has a lot because he's got that's why he became Iron Man, because he's got so many problems.
Yeah. But I didn't like that part when he tells Captain America, like, it's just like such a sore loser, right? Like, and then like Captain America, like he just dropped the shoe anyway.
He'd be out of character.
Yeah. And he doesn't give it back to him until
you can't have Tony Stark be out of character.
Yeah. Yeah, he can be out of character.
Yeah. Well, because he's angry at him.
Yes.
Because he's still angry at him. He was angry at him for a long time. Because he's angry at him because he left, too.
Yep.
He finds something to be angry at Captain America about.
Yes, for such a long time.
So the battle's over, and of course we go back to Captain America. We go back to the Avengers headquarters.
Well, before we do that, I want to talk about the end scene too.
He's even to Black Widow now.
Well, I want to talk about the end scene. Like during the whole battle, it's just not the three of them, because Black Panther was there the whole time. He heard about the truth. He knew Zemo was the one who killed his father.
Oh yeah, well we already talked about that.
Yeah. So yeah, we talk about the end scene. So let's go back to that.
He finds it out because he's watching.
Yep. So we go back to.
Because you remember he watched about it. He gave up. Of course, Zemo tried to kill himself.
Yes.
And he makes Zemo go to prison.
Yep.
Which is cool. Well, it's not that cool because I didn't like that scene. You know where it shows Zemo in the jail.
Yeah, he's not a superhuman, but they treat him like they put him in the same kind of jail that they put the Winter Soldier.
And then of course you got the FBI guy, and he's such a jerk to him. Do something. I'm like, the guy's in a little elevator car. What is he gonna do?
He can't do anything. He's not a super person.
But he did get the last laugh because remember he goes.
He does.
Yeah, because what did he say?
He said like, you did all this stuff. Like, was it worth it? It didn't work out in your end. He's like, well, did it not? Did it? Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, because basically he won.
He won, and this is a movie that the bad guy wins at the end, and that makes it so much better.
Yeah, Zemo won in this movie because, like I said, we're gonna go back to the Avengers now because we see Black Widow and Stark basically kind of runs her off.
Yeah,
because he's like, "Oh, well, they're coming for you." And she's like, "I don't care."
Well, that was a scene before they get to the thing, right?
Yeah, that was before we get to this scene, but
yeah. Yeah, she tells him, like, I'm not the person that had to watch my back all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Because think of it. Who's the Avengers now? There's only two Avengers.
Yep.
Just him and Rhodey.
And Rhodey's trying to learn to walk.
Vision left. Because, Vision left.
He did leave, right? He left with Wanda.
Left. Yeah, well, no, Wanda's in prison, but
Vision,
he goes to find Wanda. I'm sure he helped Captain America get Wanda out. It doesn't show it, but you know.
That's right, because they were supposed to check in with Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know that most likely Vision, because Vision does run off with Wanda.
Yeah. Later, but not this scene, but Vision. I forgot about Vision left.
We know Vision had to leave. I mean, it doesn't show or say it, but we know he did because how else does he end up hiding out with her?
Yeah.
So all you got is Rhodey. And
Tony.
And Tony. They're it. That's all the Avengers. Because Black Widow just left. And everybody else is in prison. Spider-Man is not there.
Because he's just, helping.
Yeah. So, I can't think of anybody else that I'm missing.
Who else was on? But Black Panther's neutral. He's not really on Iron Man's side.
Black Panther was neutral.
So it's just the two of them.
Yep, just the two.
So Tony did break apart the Avengers.
He destroyed the Avengers.
Wow, it's so good, man.
Because I mean, then we get we get to see Stan Lee.
Yeah, Tony Stank. Yeah, Tony Stank right here. You know, I think Don Cheadle Riddle improv that line. Hey, table for one for Mr. Stank, cause our DJ started laughing. I don't think that was it. I think that's not intentional. I don't think that was part of the movie when he started laughing. He's like, they probably thought it was really funny. Mr. Stank over here, table for one.
And of course, he gets the letter from Captain America.
Yeah, and a cell phone. Did you see the way that Tony looked at the cell phone? He was like, what is this OS technology? Because he had a face when that cell phone came out. He's like, what?
But here's the thing. No grudge.
Yeah.
Captain America didn't keep a grudge. Never had one.
So it seems like every single movie, right? Captain America gives a great speech.
He didn't give one in this movie, did he?
But just through the voicemail.
I guess you could say he
Oh, not
gives
voicemail, yeah.
He gives his thing. He does his thing.
Yeah.
And of course, then Ross calls him.
Yeah. Oh, no, we forgot to make that point. Like, hey, if you need me, right, just give me a call. I'll let you put you on hold because I like to watch the red light blink.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He puts it on hold.
Yes. Can you hold, please? Tony, don't you?
Here's the thing, though. The Avengers, all the Avengers are on the run, but you know what? Tony's not going to look for them now.
No.
Because here's the thing: the government's thinking the only people that can hunt them down is now the Avengers, and there's only two of them.
Yeah, there's only two of them. They never. Yeah.
Why would he go look for them?
And the other thing makes sense. Like the government or the UN didn't ask them to hunt for them at all.
Yeah, we don't know that. They may have.
Yeah, they may have, but then it's probably because the news like, oh, we can't find them. We don't know where they hide.
Yeah, he's like, there's only two of us.
Because like. It's just me, and then Rhodey's in rehab or something.
Yeah, so
yeah, he's in physical therapy. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so that's it.
And then we talk about the pre-credit scene that Bucky's in Wakanda, and I like what Black Panther said to Captain America, that him and Bucky and his father they were both victims.
Yes.
And if I could help one of them find peace, that's all he wanted us to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
And hey, we never got to see Nick Fury in this movie.
Isn't that crazy? For an Avengers movie, I'm putting quotes for the audio part. They never saw Nick Fury or Maria Hill.
Yeah, so and they're at the event. They should be at the event.
They should be at the compound. So I don't like. It doesn't explain where they went.
Well, space is sometimes you got things to do in space.
Is that what you think? They went to space already?
I don't know. Maybe. They could have.
Interesting.
Well, no, because we later on we'll see them driving around New York.
Oh, in Infinity, they don't come back until Infinity War.
Yeah. Well, they're driving around New York, so who knows what they're doing. But there's supposed to be all those people. Remember all those people we used to see at the Avengers compound?
Yeah.
I guess they still run it. Well, we know they're still running it because remember when we see Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie, they bring him to the Avengers compound.
Yes.
So there's people there.
Like Eric Salvik should have been there too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. I was thinking, in that movie, now that we see this, we're saying there's only two Avengers, right? That's all I can think of. So if they're going to hire Peter Parker as an Avenger, remember? In the Spider-Man movie?
That's right. They were going to announce
him. There would only
him.
be three of them.
But then Peter declined anyway, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It would have been funny to say, hey, guess what? Here's the new Avenger lineup.
And then he didn't want to go. Yeah, just three of us. Three's company.
Hey, maybe they should have tryouts at their pool like they did in a Mystery Men.
Oh, yes. But, like,
I mean, come on. Stark has a nice pool.
So I want to talk about the post-credit now. It's just Peter checking out the gear that Iron Man gave him. Remember the risk?
Yes.
And then that's the same time he's having a conversation about Aunt May about fighting with Captain America, but they didn't say Captain America. Like, so some guy just hit you? Yeah. What was his name? Steve. Steve from no, not that Steve. He's a different one. Yeah, Steve from the Bronx. Like, no, not that Steve. He's from Brooklyn. No, Brooklyn. You don't know him. He's from Brooklyn.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Brooklyn. From Brooklyn.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I was
He's
so
from
excited to see that when they say Spider-Man will return. That was in the midst of like when Disney and Sony work out that deal too.
Normally it says Avengers.
No, it just say Spider-Man will return. It doesn't say anything. Yeah. Yep. So this is where we ended, dude. We're 2.5 hours almost. 2 hours and 25 minutes into this episode. Can you believe it? Because there's so much. I don't think the movie even was this long.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it is. So I'm going to end it right here for this week. And I believe next week, what is it? Is it Doctor Strange finally? Yes. Doctor Strange.
Yes, Doctor Strange.
Yep. So I'm going to end it right here and we'll get back to it next week.
Doctor Strange.
Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.